Going on, people, man. EJ Boxing Live. Long time, boy. It's about time. Let me see. I think my mic's working. It looks like it's working. Let me check. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's working nice and calm. Happy New Year, everyone, man. 2024. I'm still here. I'm still here, bro. It's been busy, man. You know what I'm saying? The boxing thing is being on the other side of the fence here with this boxers, where ah, a lot of ungrateful people, but stressful, but it can be rewarding, or it can be, I don't know, when you get to your goals and stuff like that. Blood, sweat, and tears, sacrifice. Anyway, we're here for Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith. They're in the ring right now, so boxing boy in the big time in Canada. What do you reckon, Callum? Callum. Every time he steps up, he loses, man. He's supposed to be this. He was supposed to be this guy from the longest, but he just ain't produced. You know, not been that guy. So hopefully, maybe he can do something here, innit? What do you reckon? We're seeing it. It's all Beterbiev. He's already made up. He's going against Bivol straight up. So after this, the Bivol fight straight after, man. Can Buddy McGirt do something with him? I doubt. Might give him more confidence though. Callum is Callum, innit? So you know what I'm saying? I know Buddy might seem like, you know what I'm saying, give him confidence that Callum to me is not a very confident young man, you know? It's like he's expected to do things. I don't think the expectation has never been on him. But better be coming into this thing. A lot of UK people come to Canada. Yeah, Better been in Canada for the longest, bro. He's been there for the longest. That ring don't look that big either, boy. So Callum ain't got no room to move around either. They made that ring small, boy. 33 years of age, stands at 6'3". What's his record? 29 wins, 1 loss, 21 knockout. Right, not that cool. They ain't not that no one, bro. Been boxing for the longest. He's a former world champion as well. This might be his rocky moment. If we win this, it'd be good, but I doubt it, bro, because he hasn't been active and he hasn't been fighting top tier competition. Unlike my man, you know, Beterbiev is fighting better competition, not top tier though. It's not everyone wants to fight Beterbiev though, is it really? I guess the payday to come to Canada is worth it. Boxing's already set up already. You already know that the lion pit, the thing's already lined up. You know it's supposed to win, it's supposed to lose, man. You know it's supposed to win, it's supposed to lose. Callum's supposed to lose, supposed to put up a brave effort. He's supposed to get turned over, and this just for a payday. And if he loses, he's gonna give it an effort. That's what it is. You know what I mean? The fans will just slowly put their money in their pocket, expecting, you know, the lottery. But he's expected to bloody go in there, do a job on Callum in the meantime, and go in for the Bivol fight. Now the Bivol fight, that's a competitive fight. Should be. Artur Beterbiev, 38 years ago, 5'11", record 19 wins with 9 KOs. That means everyone who's gone in there, all these world title fights, he's knocked everyone out, bro. He ain't fought since 350 days though. That was Andy Yard last year. Yeah, it's been. And we have someone in the back. Let me see who's in the back. Dan the man. Yo, what's up, Dan? Happy New Year, Dan.
Yo, happy New Year to you too, brother.
Yeah, you're here for this. Look, man, I've been setting the scene for everyone listening. I'm just saying this is a layup, bro. This should be a layup. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think Callum's going to give it a go,
for
but
Callis.
he ain't going to.
Yeah, yeah, he'll definitely give it a go. He looks a lot healthier at the weight, and he
Mm.
seems to have punch a lot harder at the weight too. Maybe him draining. Well, I could say drained himself at 168, kind of depleted his power a little bit. So We'll see. We'll see how if it translates. If it turns, if he turns up. So yeah, they're going into. They already did the fight introduction, so now they're giving the in-ring instructions. So yeah, damn, Callum looks huge, man. Jesus Christ, look at the size difference.
Yeah,
He
but he's
looks
always
way.
yeah. That
Yeah,
don't mean
he's
nothing.
always big, but
In boxing, that means that's good because you got a bigger target to hit. When you're big like
yeah,
that, that's easy to hit you, bro. That's all that means, bro. That's all that
yeah.
means.
Well, to
Because
be
the big,
fair, I mean, Beterbiev had fought someone, the same same height, and Usyk is a little bit
yeah,
taller than, yeah,
can,
that is
if
Gastelum.
If Callum was like Ali, yeah, it would be a problem. If he had movement like Ali and he could hit and move,
Yeah.
then that would be a big problem. But he don't. He stand there flat footed for round one. He stand there flat footed
Yeah.
like he
Oh, see,
doing.
Beterbiev, yeah. Yeah, Beterbiev's already putting pressure on him. He's already hit him with a body
Yeah,
shot.
like
Oh, see, he's prodding him already. Oh, no. He's already in trouble.
yeah, I told
Callum's
you,
in
bro.
trouble.
That
He's in
fight's over.
trouble.
Yeah, the fight's over, bro. Like the fight was over from the
No, he
start.
what? Well, no, no, no. It's
Callum,
okay. It's okay. He got himself back up. He's okay. He's okay. But
nah, he ain't
Beterbiev's putting a
okay.
lot of pressure on him.
Nah, he ain't okay, bro. He ain't okay, bro. Like, you look, I'm gonna give you a little tip here, Dan. Yeah, right. For any professional
Uh-huh.
fighter, when you're fighting, when someone's throwing punch, you throw with it between the punches. You know what I mean? You don't stand there and just cover up. And yeah, a lot of time,
Yeah.
Callum's been in there with guys he's supposed to beat. Guys he's not supposed to
Right.
beat. He doesn't beat them. You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
is that?
That's true.
Why is yeah? And that's what you're looking at. Like you ain't gonna let a man come over the ring and just throw punches. You just cover up. You should have went with him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Callum, just to see what's
Yeah.
going on.
He's fighting off the back foot. And here's a problem with this. You can't be fighting Beterbiev going off the back foot. You got to fight him to keep him in the center of the ring. So now,
Yeah,
yeah, now he's keeping him in the center of the ring. Now he's got him in the center of the ring.
he ain't got no power. He ain't
But
got no
see, now
speed.
Now
He got.
Beterbiev's backing him back into the ropes.
I,
That's what
I,
Callum cannot be.
I tell you what though.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah,
I
he
tell you
can't be
what.
on the back foot. He can't be on the ropes.
Callum can take a beating. That's why I know that because he can take from Canelo. He can
Ooh,
take a
he
beat.
just took one. He took a little short right there as he was trying to come in on Beterbiev.
Yeah, he can take a beating, bro. That's one thing about Callum. He's a good punching bag, bro. My stream went down.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to call the acting for a sec. But my stream went
yeah,
down.
yeah. He's gonna have to find a way to smother Beterbiev. He's gonna have to find a way to smother his work, but that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But
Like,
god
well,
damn, I can't get over the
don't look
size
like
difference. I mean, Callum looks like a goddamn cruiserweight borderline heavyweight in there. Jesus Christ. Okay, hit him with a body shot from the good left by Callum. That's a good combination by Callum. Good. Yeah, he backed up Beterbiev now. Yeah, that was a good combination there. He backed him up. Yeah, so Beterbiev felt that shot, so he's backing up.
he ain't hurting him. He ain't got no. To me, Callum is lazy, bro. He's a lazy fighter.
Oh, wait, he's backing up Beterbiev, though. He's having, yeah, good body shots. Yeah, he's backing him up. This is a pretty even round so far.
No,
He's backing him up.
One side. Nice. Don't be silly, bro. It's one sided.
Oh, yeah, Beterbiev just hit him with that stiff jab, though, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't stop lying to yourself, bro. Like he ain't got no snap.
yeah,
Like look, he's just
yeah,
like he's a tough guy. He in there to
yeah,
get payday. Like I tell you why. Like I know we're gonna lose, yeah, right? When you come to Canada and the guy sells all the tickets, he's supposed to win. You know what I mean? That's the way it is.
yeah,
You're supposed to come in and show everyone up. And for me, from that first
yeah.
round, you ain't showing me nothing. The referee's kind of Canadian. The whole crowd's
Ooh,
Canadian.
yeah.
They sell the tickets, the money.
Ooh,
You
then, but
understand?
hey, Beterbiev is crowding him right now. Yeah. Well, Beterbiev won that round. Yeah. But still, though, Calvin.
Callum ain't gonna win no round. Callum just there is a tough, rough UK guy to get paid. They're gonna give him money. You just stay in there to do that. Boxers already, the lion's den's already laid out like the pit. Now, the only way Callum can win this fight is what you said, is to go forward
Mhm.
and take it to him and show no respect. But to me,
Yeah.
he's the guy to respect. You can't have a guy straight for the first round. I'm sure Buddy's telling him, and just you just cover up like that. Like you should, whoa, yo, you at least push him. You know, like what you doing? Like you covered up, covered up, worried about this and worried about that. You got too much nerves, and
Yeah. Well, here's what the thing. You know what? I think they did study that Canelo fight. Mark Ramsey, Beterbiev's team, because those body shots is what slowed down. Yeah.
y'all done better. No, y'all done a better. Y'all actually came at him properly. That's how you show.
Yeah.
Y'all came at, but y'all like naturally would run out of steam because he ain't fought at that level for longer. You know what I mean? But y'all came at him how you're supposed to. You I mean, even if you stay in there trying to pick rounds and trying to wait for man to get tired, like you're wasting your time. Like he's gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna knock him out because he's got 100% knockout, but he's going for. He'll go for it though at some point. He's fit, very fit.
Yeah, he's very fit. Yeah, but still, he's just mentally he's intimidating because he just pressures you all online. He's got a great engine, Beterbiev.
I don't mean nothing like if you don't use it, bro.
Yeah, the height doesn't mean anything because he's fought Usyk several times, and Usyk is taller than Callum Smith, a couple inches taller.
Yeah, he ain't using it though. He ain't using it though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he ain't using his height like Usyk does. Usyk uses it very well. So
he's lazy. Like, see everything about Callum. Yeah, it's not. There's no zip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
there's no zip on his punches. Yeah.
Nah, like see when the jab hit you, it knocks your head back. Like, look, he ain't got none of that. Like, every punch is the same power. There's not like see Beterbiev.
Ooh, he just got hit with a bat. He just got hit with a stiff jab by Beterbiev, Callum Smith. Yeah, he got rocked a little bit, but he's coming back. He's trying to put pressure on him. But yeah, like to your point though, he's not. There's no zip on his punches, Callum Smith. He's not putting no authority into it.
Yeah, that's the sort of. That's what people come.
Well, he had a nice body shot, but Callum Smith. He had a nice little body shot.
He's gonna be in there for a while to see what's going on. Like, he can take.
I see this fight going 7 rounds at best, maybe 8 rounds.
I tell you
He's
what,
probably gonna get stopped in 8 rounds.
I tell you what, Callum, he's trying to get confidence of Beterbiev, thinking he don't hit that hard, so I can walk him down. That's what the Callum's getting. Because, like you said, he's rehydrated and he's almost like a cruiserweight right now. You know what I mean? So that's his. You see, the thing is, that'll kill your stamina though. Like, look, his face is already swelled up already, and his eyes already swelled up already.
But he's trying to land those body shots to slow down Beterbiev. I think that's the way to go. Just slow him down a little bit, land those body shots. Now he hit him with a pretty good jab. He hit Beterbiev with a good jab. Now he's back Beterbiev up in the corner a little bit. You know, you see Beterbiev's going to get out of that corner. He's going to get out of that corner pretty easily. Watch. He trapped Beterbiev. See, Beterbiev's got out of the corner now. See, he can't trap him. He knows how to get out of that corner. Callum's going after him now. Okay. Callum's having a very good round here.
Nah, he's not, bro. No, they're not landing. Don't lie to yourself, bro. Tell the truth, man. They ain't the guard.
I'm telling the truth. He's having a to be fair though, good left hooks by Callum Smith. Those are pretty good hooks and a good left to the body. He's having a good round.
Nah, he lost the round, bro.
Nah, he's having a good second round. What round are you watching, bro?
Nah, it's not, bro. He lost the round, bro. He's not winning the round.
Oh, he got hit with that stiff jab by Beterbiev, though, man. Dude, he got to stop getting hit with those stiff jabs by Beterbiev.
Look, bro, I score punches for a living, bro. He's hitting the guard, like, you know what I mean? He ain't, like, Callum hasn't landed no significant punches. But
no, I'm not saying he, but his activity is what helps steal him the round. That's how Sugar Ray Leonard used to do it. That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter about activity, bro. You have to land shots, like, or land on. He's hitting the guard.
Oh, he's hitting the guard, though. Yeah, you got a good point. He hit most of his punches. He is throwing his hitting the guard to some extent, but he's having more success in the body, though.
You know what that does to you? Tires you out as a fighter. That tires you out. Not hitting the target round after round makes you tired. You know what I mean? And you see Beterbiev is landing at will, like anytime when he wants to throw punches, landing. These adverts are crazy.
But he is landing those body shots, though. You got to get down credit there. I think that's where he needs to focus, the body.
I tell you what, I tell you what the shots he was landing with is the jab, like. So I think if you go, but the jab is not snapping. It's not a snapping jab, so it's not having the same effect you'd want to have. Like, look, he lost both rounds. Like, the only way to me, the work rate needs to go up, and then they have more power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does need to step it up. But I will say this though, he did step up his work rate a little bit in the second round, but he still lost it though. He still lost that round.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but he had to because the first round was terrible, bro. The first round was so abysmal, bro. Like, okay, Callum got more confidence now in the third round. All right, let me see what he's doing now. He's got to a left hook. Yeah, but he's hitting the guard, bro. He's hitting the guard, bro. Yeah. It's hard for me.
Well, that's the thing about Beterbiev, though. He has a very good deceptive defensive guard, man. It's hard to penetrate. It's very difficult to penetrate. Even Usyk.
Now, Callum's slow, bro. Oh, we got someone else coming, bro. It looks like everyone's coming in this one. Who just jumped in?
So you got Callum's putting pressure on him now in the third round. Yeah, those left hooks. He's putting pressure on him. See, this is where you don't want to be, Callum. You don't want to be back in the corner like this against Beterbiev. Now you got to get out of that corner. There you go. Get out of the corner. There you go.
It's funny because you know he's like you pointed out, he's 6'3", but he doesn't see he fights like a midget, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
you
know.
know,
That's what. Yeah,
in fact, like someone with that reach and the height that you fit and fight like he's fighting the guy in his own. He's fighting. Why are you fighting inside, bro? Like these don't make no sense. Like you know what I'm saying? Like why are you fighting in that range? Like your leverage is probably more better outside. But you see, Callum, we'll see what it goes. We'll see what it goes. I mean, but like I said, with Beterbiev, it looks like you know what it looks like to me though. It does look like 2 different weight classes, though, for real, bro.
it does. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Beterbiev looked like a goddamn. He looked like he's a middleweight compared to Callum Smith in here. See?
Yeah. It looks like a middleweight. Yeah, it looks like a middleweight. It does. I'm telling you, Callum's gonna he take a beating. He take a beating. I'm not gonna say this guy's never gonna quit. But that jab, you see the thing is, looks like easy jab. Look, see, just make it easy. See, well, you know what Beterbiev.
Well, you notice though, you notice that the success that Callum's having is like when he backs Beterbiev up, keep him in the center ring and back him up to the corner. That's where he's having more of his success.
No.
He just can't fight him going backwards. Yeah, see what I'm looking at? Let's see when Beterbiev backs him up, he's in trouble.
Oh, man, that doesn't make no sense. You either hit a punch. When he was doing his jab, Callum was having success. It was behind the jab. Like Beterbiev. See, look what Beterbiev's doing. Like if you don't know, he's conservative energy. He's using the jab, wearing him down a bit before he opens up a real hard attack. You understand?
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Is like this, and this is when you got 300.
Yeah. See now, Callum's getting a little. Yeah, he's getting a little sloppy now, man. Beterbiev is landing it well now in this round.
But he's just working at the range. Like, look, Callum's too slow. He fight your big guy. You like to fight. Look, his face is getting marked up. Look, man, I'm doing this. He's fighting the wrong fight, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's trying to fight off the ropes. You can't do that against a guy like Beterbiev. You can't.
No, but I don't know if you realize, when I looked at the ring and the ring announcer, the first one I looked at that, the ring is bloody smooth. That ring is smooth.
It is. That's the ring is way too small. You know what's funny though? Yeah, it's funny because Eddie Hearn was complaining about that too, leading up to the fight about that ring size.
He's extremely, brother. So, bro, you see the thing is, all these little things come to my mind, First of all, bro, that ring is small. So he, like you said again, he ain't even got no space. So it's, you know what, the rings like that, it forces you to fight, and that's what Callum is doing. Is that so everything is designed for Beterbiev to win to fight the Bivol. And I'll be honest with you, if when the Bivol, I pick Bivol. I pick Bivol in that fight.
Yeah, I think Bivol will win that fight. Yeah, I think Bivol is too smart.
If it's not in Canada, and there's a big ring, like his face is swelling, that's a bad swelling. If it's not in Canada and the ring's big, Bivol's Beterbiev's gonna lose because he clearly needs to stand there with you for to be success. Look at his body shot. And look, he's not. Look, the thing is, look, Callum's a tough guy, so you know, but he's probably gonna get stuck on a stool though, because he's gonna
stop, man. I think probably in round 9,
that's when the fight's gonna get stopped. That's why I see it.
Buddy McGurk had to pull the thing on Max's Dennis shot, and he died. I don't think Buddy wants that on these.
Yeah, you don't want that on your conscience again, because that right there as a boxing coach, that can have a mental effect on you. Yeah, his face is getting busted up already, boy.
Yeah, like
marked up.
Like the ring is extremely small, but a good. See, this is what you're saying. So you push off the back for a good jab. See, a good jab. I'm sure that they worked on it. Like that's, you should be circling. Mike, circling the jab. But you see, look, he goes back. Look, what did I tell you about amateurish? What did I tell you about amateurish? When I tell you single, watch this, when Beterbiev is throwing excess with punches, Callum stands there and blocks. He doesn't throw him.
Well, that's a problem. You say you got to give Beterbiev angles, which is the right thing to do, but Callum doesn't have the foot speed to do that. That's the problem.
You can't do angles when someone's throwing punches. You have to cover up, but you can go in between.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the foot speed or the foot move or foot discipline to do that. He's just a guy who's just a stand there and trade guy.
You don't need no foot swing for that. You need timing. Look what I tell you. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Look what's happening here. What did I tell you? He ain't hitting in between, bro. You don't need foot. You need time. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What that's when he's throwing punch?
Oh, see now, Callum. Yeah, Callum realized he got to fight him now because he can't let him get off like that. He got to fight him.
What I tell you, he ain't doing nothing. I literally threw one in between. You gotta throw when someone's throwing. You go with him. See, that's the
see, Callum's fighting. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Callum got rocked a little bit. He got rocked a little bit. He got rocked that left hook by Beterbiev.
That's the difference between pros and amateurs, right? When someone's throwing punches, you gotta go with.
Ooh! He's taking a lot of punishment here, boy. Callum's taking too much punishment. He's taking too much. I think you have to stop the fight now. You have to stop it.
You're behind me, Dan. You're behind me, Dan. I already told you it's already.
Yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, they gonna have to stop the fight.
Oh, what's he doing though? That he ain't throwing no punches though, is he? He's just covering
He ain't
up,
throwing
right?
no punches. He's
Well,
covering up. Well,
a good uppercut by Callum. Actually.
yeah, his punches are sloppy though, man, because it's taking too much.
I told you. What did I tell you, man? I told you. That's
but dude.
Go ahead.
But that's the thing, though. Beterbiev is bullying him. He's out muscling him in the clinches. Like, what? How the hell? You're the bigger, tall guy. How you let the little guy doing that to you?
Not a little guy, though, bro. It's just like.
Well, he's not really a little guy. Beterbiev is a pretty big light heavyweight. Well, I don't know how he's still making that weight after all those years. He's a pretty big light heavyweight.
What you're not taking, what you're not taking into consideration, is that in boxing, this guy's a baby. Man's had 300 amateur fights, bro.
Ooh, good uppercut. Yeah, you're right. I'm way behind.
What you don't take into consideration is that 300 amateur fights. So what you got in front of is a baby, bro. This guy's a machine. You understand? So he knows what minutes. He knows when the minutes start and everything. But he knows everything about the ring. And Callum in there, as you can see, with his novice self, he's fighting on what he thinks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for you to bring the gap, for you to win this fight, there's certain things you need to do, like to take the thing, like you mentioned, on the front foot. Make sure all the punches line and be deliberate, and then you beat the bully. But you look at his face; he's getting battered. I'm in the corner right now.
Yeah, right now they're not with it. They're gonna have to stop this fight.
Look at that, and look at bro. The man's got 100% knockout, and you can see why. Look at the damage on his face, man.
Yeah.
Look at the damage. We're in the third round, right? Look at the damage on his face.
No, we're in the fifth round now. I think fifth round or sixth round now. Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Round
yeah.
That maybe? I thought it was like the third.
Yeah, we're in the middle rounds already. Yeah. Yeah, see, in that round, that was a perilous round for Cal. He took way too much punishment in that round. Way too much.
Yeah, but you see that in the first round, that's like a 10-8 round, so you ain't winning nothing at all.
Yeah. The other thing about Beterbiev is even if you're covering up his shots, though, you still feel it. It hurts you, man, because he can punch through that guard with ease.
But see, Callum doesn't even roll shot. You see this thing with Mayweather and all them old school players from America, right? They roll shots even when they're throwing. They're rolling, they're slipping, they're rolling underneath. And this is when people are throwing shots at you to come back. This guy ain't even got half that. He ain't even got no skill. Like, not even to slip. What's it, pull count out? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing going on there. Like, you see, but I think Buddy knows all this stuff, you know. But Callum, he hasn't. He's just a big lump, basic, straight up. What do you call it? Horizontal champion. That's what they call UK guys, isn't it? Horizontal champion.
Yeah, straight up, squared up guys. Yeah, Callum's getting back up now. Yeah, he's getting back up.
Horizontal champion means they come there laying on their back, bro. That's what horizontal means, bro. They used to lay on their back, bro. Like I give him credit. He's working this round and he's doing a little something. But the thing, he's letting him work. He's just letting him work.
Yeah.
And his jab is better than Callum. He got better punch selection, and every punch he throws lands. Unlike Callum hitting the guard.
Well, you know, to be fair though, man. To be fair, Anthony Yard did a way better job on Artur Beterbiev. Way better job.
And that's what I'm trying to say to you. I think Anthony Yard would have beat Callum. He would have probably not Callum out. And it's a shame that you know that fight will never happen. You know what I mean?
No, it won't. No. Well, I mean, Callum's doing better work in this round, but he doesn't have really nothing in his punches though. He has because you can tell Beterbiev really. Beterbiev got no respect.
I told you. When did I tell you about the snap? He ain't got no snap. They see that.
Yeah, Beterbiev ain't got no respect. Yeah, he ain't got no respect for the power. No respect.
Nah, man. When you got someone with that many bouts, man, forget it, bro. He's an animal, bro.
He's a beast, man.
I told the Tony C.
I remember once upon a time, Stevenson didn't want that fight. Let's be honest, he didn't want to fight Beterbiev. And you can see why he didn't want to fight him. But let me just say this. I remember once upon a time when Beterbiev was coming up, they said that he hit harder than Sergey Kovalev. I'm like, what? You'd be like, well, Kovalev hits hard as hell, but god damn.
Well, you can see by his record it does. You can see by his record.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, he beat Kovalev years ago, and you know they have that beef. Too bad we never got that fight.
Callum's got acne in his face as well. For a man in that age, he has really bad skin, and he's got a cut, bleeding and everything. And that look.
Well,
man, look.
Yeah, he's trapped. Yeah, he's trapped. Yeah, he's trapped. Well, see, the thing about Beterbiev, you trap him in the corner, but he knows how to get out of there and spin out so fast, like Roberto Duran does it.
Now let me understand. Let's break down boxing IQ. You're the taller guy with the height and the reach, right? Why are you
Yeah.
getting close? Can you explain that?
That's a good point. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting close like that. You need to keep your distance.
Yes, like the what, bro? And you see Hearns. You know why Hearns was devastated? He has speed.
Because you guys kept his distance. Yeah.
And he kept the distance. Thanks. So what you're looking at, is dumb IQ, and Burpee's doing what he wants, man. You know what I'm saying? Looking at that, that's what
I think Callum, I think what Buddy should tell him is like keep your distance. When you get the guy hurt, then you can go ahead and try to take chances and get him out close. You can't do that right now. This is a one-sided beatdown so far, boy. Yeah, this is a one-sided beatdown.
I told you that, but I didn't mind watching that. I was actually interested, So you see how much punishment a guy can take, innit? Hey, listen, let's go. In the meantime, let's talk about your man's your man's Usyk and Fury. In the meantime, let me tell you something. Fury, listen, when Fury puts a beating on Usyk, it's a wrap, brother. Like Josh is gonna beat up on Ngannou, and then AJ and thing on the fight. Like they blackballed Wilder out the picture, or Wilder blackballed himself out the picture. You know what I'm saying? By like,
he did, man.
He
did. Well, we'll see. We'll see in more weeks. We'll see.
Hey, look at the stat. Look at the jabs. Yeah, look at that. Beterbiev out jabbing him like literally in every round. Like you see,
that's the thing. Though. You got a shorter guy with a shorter reach out jabbing you. God damn. Well, to be fair, Usyk does that to everybody. So, Beterbiev is known to do this as well.
But Beterbiev, but with the key word, they said jab landed. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say they said throw, but jabs landed.
Ooh. He hit him with a crunching right. Ooh, Callum, he hit him with a crunching right. Ooh, he hit him again with a crunching right. Buddy's gonna have to stop this fight, man.
We give it a go, bro. He's gonna break his nose, just break his nose, make him leak a bit, like make him leak, and then that's it. It's done. Like what are you looking for? A body shot. For someone that tall, Beterbiev looking for punch him in the ribs, or they'll break his nose, and then that's over.
In fights like this, man, this is not like the Canelo fight. Yeah, Callum took some punishment in the Canelo fight, but this right here, this is worse. A lot worse.
I think Callum should have fought. He should have fought. He should have fought Canelo. He let the guy dictate. I don't know what he was on. He's actually fighting better, to be fair, but he's fighting the wrong fight, bro. You know what I mean? Like he will
fight the wrong fight.
It looks weak, man.
Yeah.
They weak. He ain't got no power. They ain't got no strength. They got no strength. Look at him. He's weak. His stance is weak. He looks weak, bro. You don't remind me of Ivan Drago when he was about to
like Rocky. The Largo.
Slow. He got no power, bro.
Well, he's landing some. Yeah, he's landing. He landed a good stiff jab there. Yeah, he landed a nice jab there. A stiff jab.
What's your brother hit with a hook and he just went back a couple of inches, bro? He was doing the right and Beterbiev, and he was like, yo, forget this, bro. Hit him right on his nose.
Yeah.
Look, you understand that.
Ooh.
When you see someone big, that all it means is I can land my shots, bro. That's all it means, bro. Yeah. It's easy. Unless, like,
you described exactly what can happen to Usyk and Fury fight. You got a big sitting target there. You just described that. You got a huge target.
We gonna talk about that. That's funny, man. You got me on that one. But hey, listen, Beterbiev, this is hitting the heavy bag.
Yeah, this is heavy bag, exactly.
Yeah. The corner got to be looking at the corner, little shaky. Look at him. He's had enough, man. This fight's gonna be over, man.
They gotta stop the fight. Yeah, they gotta stop the fight. He's not winning the fight. He's not going to win the fight.
He's not going to win the fight. But you know what? He'll give it a go. They'll give him a couple more rounds. And the funny thing about boxing, the funny thing in professional game, you're getting paid anyway. You know what I mean? Your money's in the bank already. But it's just that when you lose, it's like you got to do all the thing and that. But you're already getting paid already. So give it a go, man. Try your best. But he ain't going to win. It's not competitive.
You know what? This is why I tell people, fat fanboys of a boxing fit like Matchroom or even a fighter like Callum Smith. You can say he's going to win, but you're not really saying that with your actual thought. Your heart's telling you that he'll win, but your head's telling you something different. Sometimes you got to start thinking with your heart and start thinking with your head. He's not going to win the fight.
Let me ask a question. When has anyone, other than Devin Haney or someone like Terrence Crawford, like that in modern history, and Errol Spence, earned the right to fight for the title and overcome it. Like you know, some of the guys here back in the day, they earned the right to fight for it because they knocked off a top guy to get there. And what you're seeing in Callum, I'm asking you the question: why is he getting this title shot? Who is he beat? Like all you remember is losing Canelo. Like, who is he beat to say that he can fight Beterbiev?
I think why Callum got in the position he's in, because you remember the World Boxing Super Series, the 168 super middleweight tournament. That was not a good tournament, and that's how Callum was able to propel, because the many good fighters weren't there. A couple of good fighters were there, but they dropped out of the tournament due to injury. So he was able to get in there and fight guys that were not really, that really weren't worth the note. The only guy that he fought worth a note in the finals is George Groves, but George Groves was an injured fighter going in with a shoulder injury. He fought a man with one arm. So
no, but what I'm saying to you, that's I understand that. I'm talking about he lost it to Canelo. Since losing to Canelo, what's made him get a shot at Beterbiev? What has he done to get a shot at Beterbiev? Is my question.
He hasn't really fought no one. Yeah, he fought no one to get shot at that time.
That's why I said to you, he ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So when you're there coming for a payday, right? You're coming with someone that's something. You're there coming for a payday. Who's that? Oh, Tony Cisse. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, Tony?
Yes. How you been?
What's up, Tony?
Yeah, you watching the fight?
Yeah. When you come for a payday, we come for a payday, bro. Callum come for a payday. Go on. What do you think? Go on.
I'm thinking the same, but he wasn't doing bad.
Well, he's actually having a good round here. Oh yeah. Ooh.
He was.
Ooh, he got knocked out. It's over.
He's gonna get
about to get knocked out.
He's gonna get knocked out. Yeah, he's out, man. This fight's over, man.
He's out. Yeah, he got knocked out. Yeah, it's over, man.
It's gonna be over.
Yeah,
man.
they gotta stop.
Buddy got stopping the fight. You see, fight's over. Fight's over.
Oh, he just stopped him.
Yeah, you had to stop him, man. It's a waste of time, man.
He had to stop him. He wasn't going to win the fight. Yeah, he wasn't going to win the fight. He was way behind on the cards. He was way behind on the cards.
Yeah. To beat that fella, he was doing the right thing, hitting the body, but he needed to keep moving. He had to stay off the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said.
The ropes.
Yeah, but the ring. Yeah, but they made the ring. They made the thing small. That's what they did.
Of course they do. He needs a small ring. It's his best thing.
Yeah, they made it smaller. It's in Canada, so he didn't have nothing to quick. But that's what I said to you. But he hasn't done anything to earn the right to fight Beterbiev. He hasn't done nothing.
No.
Tony knows Beterbiev, Dan, because he came to the Peacock gym and Tony met him when he sparred.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I met who?
You met Beterbiev when he came to London, innit?
Yeah, I met him when he came for the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Olympics, when he was at the Olympics, and his friend won the gold medal. I shared the pictures with you before, and
you did.
So I used to box against a friend of mine, a Russian, and he came to the not the Peacock, he came to the TKO gym. Okay, so in 2012, so where I boxed all around the world, I've got this Russian friend, and the Russian friend said to me, "Where are you, Tony?" I said, "I'm in my gym." He says, "Can we come to the gym, come and train there?" So I had the Russian team. In the gym. So Beterbiev was sparring against what's his name?
And the yard, yeah.
And in the yard. So I had him sparring. So they met each other before they boxed each other. They already met each other many years ago. Do you know what I mean? They were doing just like little body movement and in the ring. Him, Umar Sadiq, and
oh yes, Umar Sadiq.
Yeah, a few of them. I had there, but you could see that he was so good, because when he boxed Usyk, because he lost against Usyk in the final,
Mm.
in the Olympics. And Usyk, he only lost against Usyk because he was a boxer. He changed his whole attributes of boxing, I think, through that defeat. He got a gold in the Worlds, you know, but that was I think that was in a different weight. I'm not too sure if it wasn't a heavyweight at that time, because that time he was like heavyweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He went down. Yeah. He beat him before and lost, but you see the thing. It looked like Callum done his nose though. Beterbiev's nose looked swell up, man. Callum got him with a couple. He got him with a couple of shots. His nose looked swell up. But Callum's face though, but he got routed. Look, he hasn't done anything.
Listen, he picks his shots. He picks his shots very well. He waits for you, but he counters as you throw. See, he's very clever. If you see where Yard was throwing some shots and hurting him, but he couldn't keep up the same pace. See, and this is what this is what Smith he couldn't do. See, understand? He was doing it for the first second, you know, and then Beterbiev just kept coming back at him. He stays in the middle. He stays in the middle, and he makes people go to the ropes, because the power shots that he throw, you have to go back because the way he catches you. But if you're gonna end up on them ropes with him, you need to throw them screw shots as they come up. So he was throwing shots. I'm telling you, because that's the only way you're gonna beat someone like that.
I said to Dan, you have to throw with him. You can't stand there.
You can't stand there getting hit.
Of course not. You're gonna need a guy who's very crafty and very skillful. Let's say like a Alexander Usyk or Dimitri Bivol to beat a guy like Beterbiev. Because the thing about Beterbiev, he struggled with guys that move faster than him. That's why you look at those Usyk fights. He struggled those fights. You could say that the one of those fights he got done by in the decision, but he struggled with to even make that fight close. Let's be real. So
you're definitely right.
I got Bivol beating him because I think if they have a bigger ring and he's allowed to box, Bivol can box. I don't think Beterbiev's going to find him. I think he's going to find it hard. He's older. And he needs you to stand in front of him.
I think he'll fight Bivol. I think that would be a good fight. And
I got Bivol winning on points already. Like, the ring's going to be bigger, and Beterbiev, like you said, there he needs to drive you back. Like he's quite flat-footed, man. You know what I mean? He needs you in front of him. He needs you in front of him, and I don't think Bivol's going to oblige him, man. He's just going to move and box.
Yeah, and listen. I think Bivol's already beat him in years back. You know, I think I think Bivol beat him as an amateur.
Okay,
really? On the amateurs, I didn't know that. I have to take a look at that.
He knows everything, bro. Like so,
I think Bivol beat him, and the thing is, you're definitely right, Dan. You need to be moving with Bivol. He moves when he hits. He moves, moves, but he comes back and to that middle. He doesn't stay there and if he stays on the ropes, he's always hitting back. He's always throwing back, and then there's a pace about him, because I think that when he throws, he just throws and he boxes, and then he starts going at you. He like throwing them bigger shots.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the one. Yeah, that's it.
Angles,
that's right.
In angles. So yeah, definitely. I think that'll be a good fight for him. Bivol, Bivol's still, how old's Bivol now? He's got to be what?
He's young. He's younger. What's up, Dwayne?
Yeah, he's younger and he hasn't taken much damage compared to Beterbiev. Yeah, go ahead, Wayne. What's up?
Yeah, what's up, Dwayne?
Listen, I'm not joking. This man might end his career with 100% KO ratio.
Oh, that's a good point. He might. What do you think about Bivol? We're talking about the Bivol fight. I got Bivol winning though, but go ahead.
Nah. Listen, when this guy hits you late in the rounds, you think twice, bro. You saw Callum Smith's face in the corner, bro. He started making business decisions. That's what happens when you fight guys like this.
Yes. It's different.
Why do you think when Canelo went up, Canelo didn't want to fight this guy? Canelo knew.
Shit, Adonis
he was.
Stevenson, I hate to bring him up, Adonis Stevenson didn't want to fight him when he was a champion. Why do you think Stevenson avoided that fight for so many years? He knew what was up. He didn't want no part of that guy. But go ahead.
It's rare in history you see someone with 100% KO as a champion. Like, it's really unheard of, yeah. So he's historic. You know what I mean? He's undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, Edwin Valero did it a while back before he died. But go ahead. Edwin Valero, he wasn't had 100% KO ratio.
He's not fighting the level of opponents that thing he's fighting. He's fighting like top tier.
That is true. Yeah, he wasn't really fighting guys like except for Tony DeMarco. That was it.
Like he's fighting like top tier competition, like upper guys. You know what I mean? Like and other people are scared of him as well. Credit to Callum, but I think Yard done a better job though. I think Buddy did the right thing pulling him out. I think Yard did a better job in terms of fighting it. You know. But Yard run out of steam.
Well, I think that too. Yard actually had more snap on his punches. That's why Beterbiev was very weary early on in that fight.
Yes.
He had respect for Yard. He had respect. So
but
that's what I was telling you, EJ, is that Callum just didn't have the power or the respect to get Beterbiev's respect at all. That's why Beterbiev just kept pressuring him. He's like, is that all you got? That's why he kept coming at him.
Yes. Callum ain't no snapping his power. Like his powers. To me, his power's all the same. His jab's the same. His right hand. He got no variation in his power. It's all the same. And that ring was small. It didn't help. I think if the ring was bigger, he might be able to box. But he forced him into a fight and took him out. And then we talk about the Bivol fight. Like with undisputed, I can't. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Though. What's he saying? Like, we're interested.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Tomorrow, Tony, tomorrow, innit? What time you going tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow, my man. What time do they start?
It's with the weigh-ins at 12, innit? Armand should be there at 12, and then the show. I think the show should start about 2, maybe. But we said 1:30, so it should start about 2, though, maybe.
So the weigh-ins at 12 to 1.
12 to 1:30.
Okay. So the show won't start till 2:30.
No, the show should start about 2. I should start about 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, you know.
Listen, I told you, bro. This guy, he's got power like that. I didn't even know if it's legit because
listen. The man. They said they nearly caught him with some sort of in his blood. He had some sort of.
I said this. Dan and EJ know. I said this about all the heavyweights before when they were talking about Holyfield. Let's not even get into that. But all these fighters, I don't care who you are, you're suspect.
You think he's onside?
Listen, he's on something, man.
He's on something.
He's on something.
Let me just say this.
That man is like Superman.
You know what makes me laugh, yeah? You know what makes me laugh is that people fail to acknowledge the human body. We've got science, we've got everything these days. You can't tell me somebody who all of a sudden there's one different person completely different to me and you. Okay, yes, there's variations of power and stuff like that, but your power's supposed to diminish. So look at some people. Your power's supposed to diminish.
Listen, the man gets stronger in the rounds. The only person who has made him feel different than that and give him a tough time was Yard, but Yard couldn't put the pace. He couldn't carry on with that pace, and that's the problem. So if you can't carry on with that pace, and you're a human, and you've trained just like a human, you must be on something to keep going.
Look. The biggest example, I said this to these guys. Look at Big Baby Miller, yeah? Even though he wasn't fighting anybody or whatever, he had the highest output in the heavyweight division. It wasn't even close. Then when he tested positive, his tactic of absorbing your punishment and then coming on strong, he had nothing left.
He had nothing. Listen, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do.
He only had 3 weeks' notice, man. Come on, man.
You can sit there and say that. He
wasn't in shape.
No,
man.
he's right. I think he's right.
I don't want to hear that because I saw him fight Lucas. I saw him fight Lucas Brown the same way off the drugs, and he felt the same way, and it was a close fight.
Nah, he not that. Look.
He stopped Brown though. He knocked him out.
Yeah. But hold on. But how old is Brown though?
You know what? Use lot. These guys are former Olympians, right? They get the most strict up drug testing around the world, yeah. And like hard pressed to say this guy's never been tested, never been drunk, found anything to make the accusation. But I can't.
No, but he's been close. He's close.
Don't worry.
Listen,
To EJ, Carl Lewis is still clean. Carl Lewis,
y-
Carl Lewis is clean.
You're a funny guy, you know, funny guy.
Carl Lewis was clean. Carl Lewis was clean. It was in that final. It was only Ben Johnson that tested positive. Everybody else was clean. It's okay.
everyone else is clean there. Listen, they all take it. Listen, I've been to the games. Right? I've been to World Championships. I've been Olympic Games. I've been to fucking. I know when they're doing it. You understand? I've seen them do it. I've seen their coaches pump them up. I'm telling you, from the Russians used to do it a lot, right? When I was in tournaments, right? When I boxed for England, I knew they were doing it then. They were injecting blood into their years ago, right? Years ago, that's what they were doing to get to get that medium back up. Listen, them boys know what to do. They know when to put it in and when to go. Same as the footballers. The footballers are doing it, right? They've been doing it for years. Yeah, Drogba and the French guy who's just been done. They've all been doing it for years. That's
Pogba,
why when they're tested, they come at them anywhere, everywhere, and they go run off. Some of them they're on fucking weed. They're taking weed and things like that. You know, these are you would not believe it. As soon as they know years ago when them footballers were on it and they know they were going to be tested, they ran out the ground. They used to run out the fucking training ground because they knew, and they had to go and take something to get rid of it. And some of the times it doesn't always work.
That means Usyk's taking it then, Dan. Unfortunately, that means Usyk must be and Fury must be taking it as well then, right?
Listen,
let me just say this. Wait, hold on.
But did they not gloss over the fact that Fury was on something when he fought Vladimir Klitschko? Did they not gloss over that? And it put mental health into fray. You see what I mean?
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. It's all right.
But they made a point though. As you get older, you should be slowing down. Usyk's getting faster. So that's what you're trying, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Look at Beterbiev. Beterbiev is turning 39 in a few days, bro.
Yes.
Turning 39 in a few days. LeBron James.
Yeah, it is kind of suspect though, because at that age you should be diminishing a little bit. He doesn't look like that.
If LeBron James's game was like Steph Curry, then I'd understand. But the guy's still banging with people in the pause. He's in the post and stuff. He's still doing all that. Like, come on, man. It's not right.
You know, we got all this new stuff these days. You get
and on top of that, you know, yeah, in the UFC, these Dagestani man, one guy came out and said when he was a youth, they were giving him stuff. He didn't even know what it was.
Well, let me just say this real quickly, y'all. I might get a little flack on the chat if anybody's hearing what I'm going to have to say. Look, Eddie Hearn and Cal Smith's team, they have raised a little bit of a stink about the atypical finding of HGH in Beterbiev's system. I get all that. I understand the concern. But don't turn around and be a hypocrite about it, because when your fighters got popped, you try to find every way you could to circumvent the system to get them out of that situation. So don't go there with Top Rank and Bob Arum on that situation. Don't be a hypocrite. That's all I got to say.
We all know it's about the money, man. We all know that.
Yeah, exactly. So he can't sit there and complain and say, if it was me, I would have been crucified by the media. But yet, I mean, I need to know like, come on, dude.
Dan, I hear what you're saying, but the reason why he knew his fighter was gonna get beat the hell out of. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He knew it.
Yeah, that is true, because I was saying the same thing, because this is kind of like how Cool Boy Fulton did it before the Inoue fight. He was complaining about the hand wraps and shit like that, like days before the fight. And I'm like, well, why are you complaining about that now? Why didn't you raise that issue before you signed on to the fight?
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And then look how bad you look now after you got beat the hell out of. You look 10 times worse.
You make a good point though, because Callum's a younger guy, right? And he's a bigger, taller guy. And he's been bashed a bit. He's been smashed the rhythms, yeah.
Bro, did you see his face after 3 rounds?
Yeah.
His face after 3 rounds looked like he'd been in a war.
Yeah.
It's really bad, bro. But the
coach done well. The coach done well to jump in there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But you know what? But to me, Callum looked like he's been taking shit himself, though, bro. Like he looked like he's on it as well.
EJ, my brother. They all take. I don't care who it is.
Evander Holyfield never took nothing on that one. I'm still on that one.
Bruv, Evander Holyfield's pecs look like car tires, man. You see how big his pecs were?
Listen,
the size of his traps.
Evander Holyfield was taking it from when he
Bruno,
fucking,
they were all taking
Well,
it.
I'll say this. Let me just say this real quickly, though. Look, Avender's EJ knows this, and the way I think you know this too. Avender's one of my favorite fighters of all time. I'm going to keep it a buck, as we call it here in the United States. I will say this: when he was going up to heavyweight, when you're training with guys like Lee Haney. I'm not sure if you guys know who Lee Haney is. Lee Haney.
I know.
Yeah, you know who Haney is. Yeah, a professional bodybuilder. He's trying to be. He's your strength and conditioning coach.
Yes.
Now I find that suspect right there.
Right. Was that Mr. Olympia? Was that Mr. Olympia then?
Yep, Mr. Olympia. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. He was
when
Mr.
he was
Olympia.
a cruiserweight.
He said he helped Evander Holyfield put on 20 pounds in 5 weeks. In 5 weeks. People don't even do that in a year.
So you couldn't even do that in 2 years.
Come on. That's why I was so mad with EJ, because he was just trying to fight me for no reason.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like Evander. He's my guy, but I thought that was suspect when you traded with Lee Haney. He's your strength and conditioning coach. And that is suspect right there.
I'm not having it.
He was what was he? A light heavy? What was he? A heavy? For him to come from cruiser. Was he a cruiser? Wasn't he a cruiser?
He was a cruiser.
Yeah.
And I met Evander Holyfield 3 times. I met him 3 times, and the first time I met him when he was in New York. He was fighting on the bill with Madison Square, and he was in the corridor. As I walked through the corridor, and he was like, you know, he was sitting on, like, in the passageway on the floor, and he looked small to what, you know, to the other guys in there. The next time I see him, years later, he was like a heavyweight, and the guy was like muscles, and you know, he wasn't as big, but he could fucking look at you.
Listen. The thing is,
he was like muscle man.
Listen, what people fail to understand is all your favorite fighters, everyone's favorite fighters, are on something. Even Crawford, what's his name? Victor Conte even came out and said Crawford has to take something because he's anemic, so he has to take something, or he won't be able to perform at his normal level. He has to take something. All your favorite fighters are on something. Look at Floyd. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, did it not come up that Floyd took an IVA to mask 2 stuff that was in the system?
Absolutely. He did it at home, and that was suspect. You can't take IVs at home, bro.
And on fight night, he looked much stronger than Manny Pacquiao. Am I lying?
No, he looked a lot bigger too. He looked like he was a goddamn middleweight.
Manny Pacquiao was taking that stuff from long time ago.
100%.
Yeah, of course he was.
100%. But the thing is, when he fought Floyd, he couldn't take
it. Yes, because they all knew. You know, the coach grasped him up because there was a coach. I forgot his name now that he had, and he told everything.
Alzariza?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Him. He spilled the beans.
Or Memo Radio, one of those two. But yeah, man. Yeah, well, look, it is what it is, man. But let me ask y'all this. Y'all think
even I know you guys. I know you Americans love Roy Jones. Did he pop dirty?
Yeah, after the Richard Hall fight, yeah, he did.
There you go.
It was funny though. But Richard Hall got popped as well. Both of them failed the drug test for that fight.
Yeah, but you see, what weight division did Roy Jones start at?
Oh, we went
light middleweight.
Okay, so you went from light middleweight all the way up to heavyweight. You see how suspect that is.
Listen. The old and he changed his rhythm of boxing, didn't he? It made it messed him up. It messed up his body from going all the way to heavyweight, and he wasn't the same. Wasn't the same again.
I'm saying,
What he did that made was that he went from fighting John Ruiz, drained himself back then light heavyweight to fight Tony Tarver. You can't do that, bro. You're doing something like that. you got to take on like a soft touch, a couple of soft touches here and there, so that way your body can get re-regulated into that weight class. You can't just go into a fight like Tarver, who's a big light heavyweight as it is at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, Tarver
Hey,
was not a small light heavyweight. He was huge. He was a huge light heavyweight.
We got the fight doctor in the house, man. He's about to operate. Fight doctor in the house. Go ahead, fight doctor.
Yo, Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Good afternoon, morning, evening, gentlemen.
Morning.
Hey, yo, Fight Doctor, I think you got the video playing.
I think you got the video playing. The feedback in the background.
Yeah, so I'm on some cheap headphones. That's what the issue is. So I tell you what, let me switch to my laptop. All right, I'm gonna switch to my laptop.
All right.
But listen. I was even gonna bring this up. But EJ didn't do it live. Is it not suspect that throughout his whole career, everybody said that Devin Haney didn't have power? Then all of a sudden, he fought Riga's Prograis. Riga's Prograis was taking shots from Josh Taylor, never went down. He got dropped, but it was like trips. But when he got against Haney, he physically got hurt. Physically.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird. Yuki and Haney was bullying him, and Haney was bullying him in that fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? What I'm watching?
He's younger. He's getting stronger though. His body's growing up though.
Yeah, but he's boxing.
EJ, come off with that nonsense, man.
Yeah. Listen, he's hitting harder. He boxes well. He boxes beautifully. But yeah, you're right. Them shots
even against Lomachenko, he was hitting him to the body clean. Wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Lomachenko wasn't backing up.
No.
He wasn't backing up.
Yeah.
When Lomachenko, the people that you know who got real power against Lomachenko was Teofimo, because he was scared to throw, because he was scared of getting countered.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Lomachenko didn't throw any punches after the 8th or 7th or 9th round.
Yeah, when
the power early on.
But that shows you when you fight longer, your power decreases. Your power decreases. So at the end of the day, like
slower, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask y'all this.
I don't care. Nobody can tell me anything. He's on the juice.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Let's go back to Callum Smith.
They're all on it.
Listen, I was looking at him, even when Callum Smith was hitting him to the body, hitting him up top, it's like he wasn't even breathing.
No. You have to take him to the next level. You got to take him to the next level. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't get tired.
That's why I said.
Well, here's the thing. You know, rather than trying to fight, here's the say so, Dwayne. Rather than trying to fight and get his respect, you got to have to box him to give him angles like Usyk did. That's what you're going to have to do to beat Beterbiev. You have to.
Yeah, but the thing is, even someone like Bivol has shown you he fought a smaller man in Canelo, and he was on the ropes for periods of the fight.
Yeah,
on the ropes.
Yeah, but he kept moving. Because he kept
moving. Exactly.
Moving. See, that's the thing. See, with Bivol, he's very, very tricky. He knows what to do.
But he knows that you guys are underestimating that Beterbiev had that Canelo don't have is very good footwork. Canelo's got very slow feet. Very slow feet. True. He's got
very slow feet. Yes, you're definitely right.
But Beterbiev, he knows how to get you in position, and because you're so wary of his power, you start flinching.
Yeah, he's got power. He's got power. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of power. When he throws them straight shots, you know, you get to feel it. You know,
this guy.
Well, let me just say this. Let me ask y'all this. Look, Callum Smith, though, man. Y'all think this is it? I mean, when y'all think, where does he go from there?
Callum Smith don't go anywhere. Callum Smith was basically Callum Smith. Callum Smith.
You don't think he's gonna come back from this?
Him and Yard have a good fight, though. I think him and Yard have a good fight.
Yeah, they should make that one.
Callum Smith is like
yes.
Callum
him and Yard.
Yeah, Callum Smith is like the best of the British crop. He's like the top of him and Yard are the best of the British crop. That's what it is. There's the UK fighters. What happens is there's not really many that go to world level and then do things other than probably in the last 10 years. Really, it's been the heavyweights, and I'm gonna just put my boy Kell Brook in there because he beat Shaw Porter when he was a world champion. But
that's pretty much what that's the thing about the British boxing scene. You guys have the heavyweights that can do very fine on world level, but other than that, no one else can.
yeah, we
The
ain't
other
got no
weight
one
classes.
else.
We
You got no one else.
You saw Sonny Edwards get the hell beat out of him.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh yeah, that
Bloody
was a
hell.
bad beat. That was a horrible beat.
Oh, fucking
Bro.
hell.
Yeah.
And people were trying to make
Jesus.
that was a 50-50 fight. He got the hell beat out of him.
Yeah.
No, I said that was more like a 65 or maybe 70-30 fight. I mean, seriously, yeah, Sonny Edwards got the skills, but Sonny Edwards got the skills, but he ain't fought anyone like Batman Rodriguez, not even close to that level.
You know
But
why?
go ahead.
Sonny never really beat the African guy. They robbed the African guy. They brought him over, and then they robbed him on the points, and that they gave him points. It was all politics, yeah. And then he fought a couple of defenses, running the ring. And when he fought a proper live position, you saw what happened. So, and Callum, I said, yeah, like, what did Callum Smith do to earn the right to fight Bivol? Like, what has he done to earn the right to fight Bivol in between? Like, nothing. Like you put him in there because he's a big body for someone to beat over, and that's what they did. This is a payday, bro.
Yeah.
Beterbiev is going to get against Bivol. Bivol in a big ring. It's going to be interesting to see. And you guys mentioned about the steroids. He's still flat-footed. He needs you in front of you. So I still feel Bivol's going to outbox him, bro. I still Bivol beats him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think Bivol. I would love Bivol to outbox.
I've seen Bivol fight against Spider. Yeah, and he struggled. He struggled. I saw him fight against Spider.
Yes. Yeah, I was there for that fight. Yeah, he did.
He struggled.
Spider done well. Spider done well but then Bivol did get round him after that. He started to he started, but then at that time I think Bivol had an operation at that time. Do you know what I mean?
Let me ask y'all this question. Yeah, y'all know that the fight coming up between Joshua Boaxi and Dan Aziz. I know the winner is going to be the mandatory. Yeah, let's say I think Dan Aziz to win that fight.
They best stay the hell away.
For Bivol. Yeah, they're mandatory to Bivol title.
They got better chance of beating
another
Bivol.
one though. They will know it before we get into that one.
Okay.
Doctor say, fight doctor. Good. Is everything good? Fight doctor. I guess he's here, but he's all right. Look. All I'll say, that's another one. Yeah, that's another manufactured fight. They spud each other hundreds of rounds. Yeah, like Dan Aziz versus Finger. I think Dan Aziz. Most people think he's probably going to lose, but I'll be happy if he won.
No, listen. I like Dan. Dan is a good kid. You know what I mean? You know, when Dan started boxing, I even had to throw him out the gym because he didn't even want to fucking fight the kid. Do you know what I mean? I used to have problems getting him to fight on shows, Dan, but he's done so brilliant now. He's taking himself to another level.
I'm just saying, like to be honest, the guy who's beatable out of the two for me is Bivol.
What I'm saying is that
I think Bivol. I think Bivol would beat him.
Yeah. I was saying Dan's been active. Dan's supposed to win. Hey, fight on. You back?
I'm back.
He's not. All right, go ahead. Yeah, everything's good now. Fight. So go ahead. Talk your piece.
So, just a question: what kind of drug testing was done for this fight?
See, this is what I'm saying, EJ. You see, you see. This is what I'm saying. Everything's coming on my side now. I told you when I was arguing with EJ, he was trying to fight me. Oh no, you ain't got facts.
Well, let me interject on this one. No. Yeah, I hear you, Dwayne. But here's the thing. Let me just say this. Anybody's complaining about the drug testing for this fight should not be complaining when Matthew does some funny stuff when it comes to drug testing. They can't have it both ways, all right? When you want to defend Matthew for their lack of drug testing for their fighters, but they turn a blind eye when something's suspicious with Beterbiev. That's my only problem with this, bro.
Listen, I call them all out. Who the hell believes Conor? Who the hell believes Conor Ben ate 12 eggs or whatever the hell it was?
So I just want to remind everyone of the obvious. Two things. First and foremost, boxing is a dirty sport.
Facts.
And this has been the case for decades, right? Boxing is a very dirty sport. It's been run by the mob since like long before any of us were born. And the second thing, which is painfully obvious, is that the Russians are known for being dirty. So now look, this guy. No, look, I am actually a Beterbiev fan, right? I think he's the real deal. He's the total. I don't want to say he's the total package, but he's for real. I became a fan of Artur Beterbiev in the I think it was the Marcus Brown fight, where
when
Marcus
he had the
Brown,
cut, when he had the cut,
when he had the cut, and that's when he showed me that there's just no quit in this guy, Beterbiev. Because when he got the cut, a lot of other fighters would have folded under the pressure that Brown was putting on Beterbiev. But Beterbiev, he kicked it up another gear. And, he showed true championship heart and determination. But, again, this guy is 38, 37, 38, and look at his physical shape. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's, his body looks like it's been sculpted, chiseled.
Yeah. You remember when them boxers used to retire at 31, 29, 30?
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, but now they hide behind the fact of science. That's what they hide behind the fact of. I told you, all these guys are dirty.
We know it's science. There's no question. Then, this guy comes up with questionable testosterone levels.
Yes.
Yeah. So look, where there is smoke, there is fire. So there's obviously something wrong here, because if this guy at 37 years old, right? This guy at 37 years old,
he's about to turn 39.
I'm sorry. This guy at 38, about to be 39. Look. He's at a stage in his life where testosterone production, it starts to taper.
It decreases.
Exactly.
Yeah, but steroids don't protect your chin. It don't protect you from getting caught.
Yes, it does. Oh my days.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it
does. I would say this. I think that there's probably a direct correlation with how much testosterone is in your bloodstream as opposed to what your punch resistance will be. And I guarantee if you have more testosterone, you're going to have greater punch resistance.
Yes. And the thing is, the fact of the matter is like I said, steroids helps with fatigue. When people get KO'd after 6-7 rounds, really, it's mainly very rare. It's because of the power or whatever the people have. Usually it's accumulation punches or stuff like that, where the other fighter's power is significantly decreased and you're tired. That's it.
Yeah.
No, not only that, that if you look when, people like Beterbiev throw shots, he throws around the back of the head. He throws shots all over the place. Yeah, he does. He stands there and he will hit you around the back of the head. Everything.
He clubs you.
He clubs. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah. He knows.
Yeah,
he knows what to do.
It's funny though. Case in point, I was in Povetkin. I kind of felt suspicious too with him because I think it was like when he was like 38, 39, Howard, great work engine all of a sudden because he didn't have none of that in his early days when he was fighting. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden now he had this power, he had this great endurance and conditioning. Then we found out what happened to Povetkin after that. Because when he got caught twice, then all of a sudden all that diminished. He wasn't the guy that he wasn't destructive like he used to be. So, good point there. Because they're
all on something. I'm not having it. They're all on something.
You're right. Well, I've seen it.
You can't be 39 years old. You're closer to 50 than you were to 25. You know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you can't. And the fact of the matter is, this guy, like I said, the fight goes on. He gets stronger. Callum Smith is 5 years younger than this guy. He's 5 years younger than this guy, and Callum Smith looked like he was gassed after 3-4 rounds.
Yeah. Look, listen. This fella there. He's got to be 5 foot. Because I've seen him. He's not big, But I've seen him. I've seen the kid. I don't understand how he gets to fight at a bigger weight. You know what I mean? And he is unbelievable. Them shots he throws, everything. They're like it's like he's got hammer hands.
Yeah.
No,
I'm telling you, he's got a hammer. It's like he's got a hammer in his hands. The way he throws
even
his
though
shots.
even though you guys like Dan tried to come for me when I was getting onto Mike Tyson, about being a Hall of Famer, but we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about that one another day. But what I was saying was, even though I get onto Mike Tyson, the fact that he fought all these guys and Mike Tyson was like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is crazy. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mike, you haven't got to say anything about Mike because Mike told us all he was on drugs. He
admitted that shit. He admitted that.
You know, he never hid it, did he? He says I was on everything. He says, you know what I mean?
All these other guys, I'm not having it. Joe Frazier, I was on site.
They said Beterbiev was tested 25 times, man. Come on, man. Like,
I don't care. I don't care.
Well, let me say that 25 times, I get it, but you got caught once and they're letting you off of that because they're like, oh, that's just more of a minuscule result. We'll test you again.
Yeah, what do they find? Yeah, they found?
Listen, EJ, what you need to understand is he just needed enough in his system at the time to get him through training camp to build the muscle, the strength, and everything that he has. So once that's in there, even when it's gone, you're already in full form. Come fight week.
I was thinking the same thing. But you know, Fight at the start of the conversation because we kind of cut into. Fight, do you want anything else to say? Because you was talking about what? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, so just where there's smoke, there's fire, and just where there's smoke, there's fire. And this guy, again, 38, about to be 39 years old, and he's questionable testosterone levels in his. Then I think we know what's going on here.
Yes.
I mean, just look at the guy.
Yes, I'm telling you.
That's why me and my cousin, we were watching one of the most classic interviews. You know when Floyd was doing that interview with Brian Kenny when he came back and he fought Marquez.
Yeah.
When he said all of a sudden Manny Pacquiao could just walk through Cotto and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's true. Like you come from 102 pounds.
But we all knew that, didn't they? But they were saying it years before they even met, and this is why Floyd told him. Put it on him and said, "Listen, I want you tested."
But it's funny how when Floyd fought Manny, Floyd took something himself to make sure he didn't lose. You know what I mean? These guys, they're so funny. But like I said, the fact of the matter is I can't complain because at the end of the day, to me, 90% of the pool of fighters take something. 90% of them.
I agree with you on that.
The most suspect one to me was Devin Haney. Devin Haney, you had people like Linares saying this guy's got pillow fist. People before the fight saying he can't punch. Even Lomachenko said, you're forgetting he fully pushed Lomachenko at the weigh-in where Lomachenko wasn't even prepared for it. Lomachenko said, "Oh, he ain't got no power." You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden now you go and fight Regis. Regis is kind of big for 140 as well. You know what I'm saying? He went life and death.
He's getting busted up like that. I'm like, what the hell?
I don't get something's going on there.
Yeah, but let me just say this, man, Dwayne, you've been consistent, so I'll give you credit on that. But my problem is that the double standard is just people are complaining about Beterbiev. Now people are going to cast doubt about this fight. The people who are fans, not necessarily fans of Callum Smith, but fans of Matchroom Eddie Hearn, they're going to start complaining about this. But yet, you guys didn't say nothing about the Dillian White situation with Oscar Rivas. You didn't say nothing about the Conor Ben thing. You're trying to defend those two situations.
You know why? Because Dillian White wasn't a threat to if you're a real boxing fan, you know Dillian White wasn't a threat to the top heavyweights, so you didn't really care. It's like Conor Ben. You don't really care about Conor Ben that much because you don't think Conor Ben's gonna beat Boots, whether he is on the juice. You ain't gonna think that.
No,
you know what I mean?
He ain't gonna beat those top welterweights. He ain't beat none of them.
You know what I mean? There you go.
He ain't beat none of them.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying.
but
So,
to be fair, all those welterweights
there's
don't leave
so
except
there's
for boots.
yeah, there's
You know?
different levels. There's different levels of caring. You know what I'm saying? When Evander Holyfield is making it seem like, oh yeah, I come up from cruiserweight, I gone up to heavyweight, I'm a champion. Nah, bro, I'm not having it.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Nah, I ain't having that one. Just leave him alone.
I'm saying if it's any unknown fighter, okay, just look at it like this. How much would Triple G's career be tainted if it came out that he was on Saturn?
But no one rates him anyway. All the competitions there at the middleweight. Where is he gone? Is he even retired? Like,
but this is why I know Triple G wasn't. This is why I know Triple G wasn't on anything, because when he moved up, he didn't really perform well, and he was a granddad anyway. You saw him age. You saw him age.
He looked older.
Well, you know what? Let me just say this about Golovkin. Yeah, Golovkin, what made Golovkin so destructive because he was fighting guys that were B or C level throughout his career for the most part. It's not his fault because the middleweight division was weak back then. But when he finally got some real competition, maybe people started to step up. We see how vulnerable he looked. We thought he was going to kill Danny Jacobs, but Jacobs arguably won that fight. Some people thought he just got robbed.
And that was because Danny Jacobs fought scared in the first 3 rounds. He fought scared.
But go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, but let's get it right though. Callum was never going to win this. Hey, Callum was never going to win this fight. Yeah, I'm still here. I said Callum was never.
No, we were saying about Triple G. I was saying about
Callum was never
Triple
going to
G.
win this fight.
Yeah, Callum was never going to win that fight. Everybody knew. That's why I said when people were like, "Oh yeah, Callum's got the power to knock him out." Bro, he couldn't even back up Canelo. He couldn't back up Canelo.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. People are talking like that's why Canelo knows, he doesn't want to fight Benavidez because all that juicing is not going to work. It's not going to work.
Oh, yeah, Fernando Vargas. He juiced up the gills when he fought De La Hoya. We saw what happened to him.
It's not going to work. And the thing is, what the reason why Canelo's ducking him is because he knows everything he's worked for. Everything he's worked for being the icon for Mexico, the face of Mexico in boxing. If Benavidez beats him, he takes all that. That's why he's avoiding him. That's why he says, "Oh, I'm not gonna fight a Mexican, but you fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr." Okay, you know what I mean?
Well, Benavidez can't be waiting for Canelo much longer, so he's going to either take the 168 fight with Christian Mandabele, the guy who fought on the undercard, fight him, or fight David Morrell. Because if you're not going to get Canelo, you need to move up away.
I got a comment. I got this is a tweet from Tony Bellew 35 minutes ago, so I'll read it out. Obviously, we know, to see that Bivol Beterbiev next. Yeah, it's a great fight, but please show me, a fighter who has got stronger with age. He's 39 and he's
I told you. See, EJ, I told you.
Physically, he's not usually possible.
He's not human. He's not.
It's not.
But a great sport needs to look at the base, look at the bases like this. Bellew's come out and said this right now. Everyone's jumped on it. Like we're all talking about the same thing.
EJ, who said that? Who said it?
Tony Bellew.
I told you. See, I was the train setter.
Man, see, this is what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm saying. Now, let me just say this. We all know that Tony Bellew works for Matchroom in the Zone. We know this. I know they're gonna come out and say this crap, but I'm like I'm telling this at this before. I'm gonna say it again. It's a double standard. Don't come out and complain when your fighters get busted, and then you can say no, it's protocol. I'm not gonna wait till the facts come out. I'm not gonna cast any doubt on that fight like Conor Ben, Jillian White,
Tony Bellew is the biggest hypocrite.
Yeah, he's the biggest
hypocrite because when people test positive, he said, "Oh, they should go to jail." Then when Conor Ben tested positive, he was like, "Well, we need to see what." Blah blah. I'm like, "Shut up, man."
Yeah. Tony ain't got no right. I like Tony Bellew, but he ain't got no right to comment on this, man.
Nah,
he needs to sit down and shut up and real talk, man. Keep that same energy with Conor Ben.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if you just have common sense and stuff, you see it. Don't be taking EJ's taking Evander Holyfield for his word. Yeah, I've seen this guy get asked about it. He moves so nervous. I was like, this guy's definitely high.
He's been on it, man. Listen.
Hold on. The reason why, hold on, 1 minute. The reason why I take him on his word is because when they investigated him with the FBI, if they found that he fucking took it, he'll go to jail for years, and
Okay.
he wasn't willing to do that. So
Okay, so
when
EJ,
he said, hold on. He said to them, I ain't took nothing, and if you have something, prove it, and it hasn't been proven. So for me, I'm good with that.
Okay, so let me
Well,
ask you
yeah,
a question.
let me.
Okay, but wait, hold on. I'm just gonna ease to that. Are we gonna sit there and act like? Are we gonna sit there and act like in the 90s and 80s and even the early 2000s that the FBI haven't been bribed before? Yes or no?
Well, let me, Dwayne. Let me jump in on this. Let me jump in.
Okay,
Let me say something. Dwayne, I get what you're saying, bro. It's all speculation, but let me bring in an athlete, case in point, Marion Jones, and her late husband, C.J. Fletcher. They repeatedly told the federal investigators at the time when they were investigated for taking performance enhancement drugs where they were competing in the Olympics back in the day. And she adamantly denied those claims. She passed some of those tests. However, they found out that she was using masking agents all those years to hide those test results. And they caught her on that lie, and she admitted that she took the crap because they found out that she was lying, and then that's why she was sent to prison. So now these are the same people that investigated Vander Holyfield. Point taken. They couldn't find anything. So if you can't find anything on the man, you have to exonerate him. So I get what you're saying, bro.
Covered it up well. Nobody would have thought anything. Nobody would have.
Well, we don't know that, but Dwayne, we don't know that. We don't know that. That's what EJ's point is. And EJ and I don't agree on a lot of things, but this is his point. We do not know that he was able to cover this up very well.
So from face value, wait, hold on. So from face value, let me ask you this: from face value, both of you, from face value, do you think he took it? Yes or no?
I think he was on something, but at the end of the day, if we can't prove that he is, then we can only speculate. That's all I can tell you.
We got. How can we not do that then? If we know he's been taking something,
but that's the whole point of speculation, because people, because regardless of whether you don't think he was or he wasn't, is a conversation, because every side effect that steroid had, he had it.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It's true. He had it, but to BJ's point though, you had investigators that looked into it like they did Marion Jones.
Well,
hold on.
I'm using.
Wait, what I'm saying. I see what you're saying, bro. Well, what I'm saying is, you had the U.S. federal investigators that looked into the same investigators that looked into Marion Jones, the same investigators that looked into Lance Armstrong. They caught him. They caught him. Case in point. But they could not catch Vander Holyfield, so he was exonerated in that situation. So we have to leave it at that, bro.
I'm gonna say this. This last thing I'm gonna say about this. I'm gonna say the last thing about this is you guys use in your law. You use innocent to proven guilty. Me, you're guilty to proven innocent. There you go. To me, he didn't prove to me nothing. He didn't prove to me nothing.
Well, hey, guess what? Guess what? Lance Armstrong and Marion Jones were guilty to proven innocent, and then they were found to be guilty at the end of the day. So,
but that's what I'm saying. But hold on, Armstrong, he actually came out and said he came out because he was, like I said, everybody else was on drugs. It's just
he came out because they knew they had the goods on him.
Okay, so Carl Lewis is innocent, yeah? Carl Lewis is innocent.
No, he's not innocent. We all know he's not innocent. We all know he isn't.
Yeah, I know the FBI. I don't know if the FBI investigated him, but I know they pressured Evander Holyfield. He was under investigated. The FBI, you saw it, yeah. He blatantly quit. He said, "Yeah, I took it." Straight away, he said, "Nah, he's not worth it." Because they said, "Look, even if you admit it, we're not going to arrest you." But blah blah blah, and that's what he did. When Evander Holyfield got pressed, he said, "No, I never took it." And if you find anything, I'd rather go to jail. And that's what I'm saying to you. So unless you got proof that he took it, other than you just look at. Because we're on Anthony Joshua's thing. Everyone said Anthony Joshua took it. Well, I mean, is he putting blood back in his body? I don't know. Is everyone who's muscular is Anthony Yard on it? Everyone who's muscular, but the Beterbiev one, because of his age, he looked like he's on something, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, because that guy looks stronger. I can't even hold you on that one. In fact, doctor, you want to add in this conversation?
So there was a question. There was a question posed about who had the questionable hand wraps in the fight against Miguel Cotto. That was Antonio Margarito.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, look. Go ahead, right there. Go ahead.
But I mean, so at the end of the day, where there's smoke, there's fire, and this guy, I think he's a little suspect. In fact, I think he's a lot suspect. 30 about to be 39 years old. The chiseled physique.
I think
the power.
I think he's 39 this year. This
He's
few
39,
months
he's
time.
39.
I think.
He's 39 soon. Yeah, he's gonna be 39. The
Yeah,
thing is,
soon.
Yeah, but that's why he fights in Canada. You understand? That's why he fights in Canada, bro.
You realize, in Canada, steroids is legal. You know that, right? You guys know that steroids is legal in Canada.
Why Mayweather used to fight in Nevada because the drugs he was legal there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mayweather's another drug sheet, man.
Yeah, so you guys know in Canada, you can legally distribute steroids in Canada because they don't have laws out that ban that. So you can eat, opposed to the United States.
Yeah, but when he comes to States here for Vegas, when he comes to fight Bivol, I'm sure that's gonna be in Vegas. He'll get turned over, bro.
No, that's gonna be a Saudi. That's gonna be a Saudi.
Is it Saudi?
That fight's gonna be a Saudi.
It's gonna be in Saudi. They've already signed it.
They've already signed it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they allow the drugs in it. Well, they're cool with the drugs in Saudi, isn't it?
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, do the Saudis do drug testing over there? That's what I need to know.
They do no drug testing.
To be honest, I don't think the reason why I don't think so because they were gonna let Conor Benn fight out there.
Yes.
They were gonna let Conor Benn fight out there.
It's the Wild West over there.
It's just that Matchroom haven't put Conor Benn in the fight because they really want. Matchroom really want the Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. fight in the UK. They don't think it should be held in Saudi, innit? So that's why they're trying to get Conor Benn to pass all these damn tests.
Yeah, like I said, though, back to the Tony Bellew, the Matchroom comments, man. I'm just finding this hypocrisy, man. These fools are gonna come out here and complain and excuse my language, bitch and moan about that result, which we all knew was gonna happen anyway. But yeah, they're complaining, it's dodgy, it's dodgy.
The sport is just a disgrace in terms of testing anyway. Look at Wilder. He's arguably the biggest puncher in heavyweight history, yeah. He's got no boxing skills. He's got power. But even he looked old his last fight. Look how old he looked.
Yeah, listen, he's on his own drink. He's on his own drink. Oh, my God. I couldn't believe what I was
resting.
What's up?
I said, Wilder, he's been resting because he's been out of the ring for almost 2 years.
Yeah, he has. He hasn't been in the ring for 2 years. He's been smoking. He's been smoking ayahuasca. He's been on weed.
Yeah, what is that? What is that ayahuasca thing? What is that?
Ayahuasca is a psychedelic drug. It's a psychedelic drug, man. It's like a stress relieving drug. It's very potent, but it has some side effects where it takes you to a different place where you're not in a good state of mind. What I mean by that is it's more potent than weed if you think about it.
So basically what it does is it just basically increases your hallucinations. That's what it does.
Yeah, that's why he's coming out talking like he's mellow man. Wow. Yeah. I'm just in I couldn't believe when he was talking like that. I've never listened, I've seen the fella. And I've never seen him talk like that before. Like, man, I'm out there, man.
I didn't take it as ayahuasca. I took it as Fury just beat the.
No, well, it's a mixture of everything. It's a mixture. Wait, hold on. Hold on, Tony. I was going to say it's a mixture of everything. The Fury fights, him taking the ayahuasca, him being on weed. Because I was known to be a weed smoker. He smokes weed all the time. So
all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, he smokes all the time, and that's why I'm telling you. It's like if anybody needs to get in his ear and tell him, look, man, if you want to continue to get these big paydays, you need to get off that shit, bro. You need to get off that crap. No, seriously, you got to get off of that. Yeah, you need to. Malik Scott, and I like Malik Scott, but I don't know why Malik didn't tell him you got to win some rounds, bro. You're losing the fight. You need to tell him the truth, and that's what I think. This is what I heard. I heard the words.
You can't tell that man nothing. He's been the same since the days.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that Joseph Parker fight, I saw a lot of stuff that he was doing that Malik Scott had installed in him, like him resetting different angles, trying different like uppercuts and stuff. I saw that, but some people, it's just stuff like that don't work. It don't work.
It doesn't work.
It don't work. Like that's work, man.
You can't make Wilder a boxer in a year.
No,
it's never gonna happen.
Mark Breeden had him understood because when Mark Breeden was amateur, took the center of the ring, he used his long reaches. Cow used to beat the shit out of people. Look what his record was 100 and something with one loss in the amateurs, yeah. And what he had Wilder on it, but Wilder's an idiot because when he fought Fury, he said, I didn't listen to the game plan. You know me, this is in the first fight with Fury, he didn't listen to the game plan. I mean, even when he knocked out Fury, he was on the ropes fucking celebrating that. And then Fury came back, got a new trainer, said, look, Wilder's not nothing special. You don't have to back box on the back foot. Put him on the back foot. Let's see what he's got. And you saw what happened, didn't it? Wilder's got no adjustment. And he still doesn't understand it because Parker put it on the back foot of Wilder. Wilder didn't know what was going on. So he ain't learned nothing, bro.
Listen,
Wilder, like he was a knockout.
He's not learn nothing. He just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to learn anything.
Listen, yes, you're right.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
You're right. He doesn't listen. That's why he's bought Malik. Malik is there because he tells him what to do. It's the same. You won't believe how that boy talks to him, and he couldn't get away with that with Breland. Breland wouldn't take it. See, so he was a lot better.
He was for a bit. No, Willie is Breland had an interview. He had it on Spencer's thing, and he said they were talking to him like shit. You know what I mean? Like Breland would come there, and I think his name. What's the other guy? JD's would say, look, the champ. Yeah, JD said the champ's upset today, so everyone needs to be quiet. And Breland goes, what do you mean we need to be quiet? And Breland, what do you mean be quiet? He goes, nah, like, you know, you got to be considerate of his feelings. And Breland, what the fuck's this? And then Breland used to have Wilder's number, and then like Wilder changed his number as soon as he became champ because you need to talk to JD's first. So the relationship was starting to get strained all the way through, and they were there. So when he threw the towel in, it was like how the frick he starts calling Breland all these names. You know, Breland, look, he was so, and that's the thing about boxing. Yeah, at this point, the man's delusion is you see him and Big Baby, they're the same people. We'll talk about Big Baby and that carjacking. Is that broad he picked up? I mean, that girl he picked up, her car got repossessed, and then she went to get her phone, so she said, and he grabbed that guy by his neck, threw him on the floor, and took the car. I mean, what madness is going through Big Baby and Wilder?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, well, Tyson Fury too. You got to put his ass in the equation.
Yeah,
he's going off the rails too after that Nagano fight. But let me just say this though, man. I just think that with Deontay, man, it's just like the man. Like at this point, it's like it's his way or the highway. He doesn't want to do certain things. He's got to do things his way. It's just the way it is with it. And then he wonders why people are criticizing him all the time. It's like, well, that's why. Because you have a serious problem in taking constructive criticism. You don't want to get better. That's your problem. You want to do the bare minimum, get away with it, and make a lot of money. Hey, all power to you. You were successful in doing that. But let's see how long that lasts, though. Because I don't think Wilder. I mean, some people say he's very good with he's very good financially. He's very smart with spending, but I don't.
All these boxers, like all these boxers, they get all these hangers on. And when the money's dried out, they leave as well. Ahara Davis the other day, I don't know what the freak he was doing the other day. He looked old.
Yeah, listen. He needed some juice. He take some juice. No. You know what he did? You know what he did wrong there? He stayed. He's a thick. He's a thick fucker. I've told that boy so many times. When you go to Vegas and places like, don't stay in the fucking hotels. You don't stay in the hotels. You know why? Because they pump that fucking thing in that so they keep them up. He keeps them up. He keeps them awake so they spend more money. They've been doing it for years. Why do you think people like Tyson Fury and all the champs, they don't stay in Vegas? If they're going camps, if they've got camps, they'll be in little, B&Bs.
Cabins, Airbnbs, little houses.
They're all in B&Bs. But this is where their lack of knowledge, these coaches that they've brought in, you can tell that they're not knowledgeable, because for them to go and stay in a fucking hotel and with Ahara with him as well, they did not fucking think at all. Nobody. So they're not talking to anybody. What they're doing is that they've got their own closed network of people. Now, if they would have spoke to somebody with a bit of knowledge, yeah, because I've told him so many times. I've told them boys years ago. I say, don't stay in the hotels. Don't ever stay in the hotels, because you won't get no sleep. You won't be able to sleep. See, but They're not thinking. None of them are thinking. And this is what I was trying to say to you. The coaches that they're bringing in are people who ain't got a clue of experience. Some of them they've never boxed. Coaching. They've only coached a few years. Some of them. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So them people there, are gonna kill kids one day. They're gonna get them killed.
But you know why he stayed in the hotel? Have you heard his interview? He said he stayed in it with the Golden Boys
because they paid for everything. I know,
that's what he said. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, this is what I'm saying. It's like Tony pointing out. He knows him. He told him not to go into them sort of things.
I told him for years ago.
The thing is, in my opinion, every time. But every time he steps up, in my opinion, he loses anyway. Like, because see, the thing is, he was hiding from them that he was tired and all that. And I was listening to him. I was like, why you? All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not even sharing with your team exactly how you're thinking. So going into the fight, he looked like he just came out of his bed. He looked terrible. And then the thing is, he threw a lazy right hand. And
but that's why. That's why
he's very good when he fights stop.
Yeah, I mean, it all come back on him. It all come back on him. I mean, if you're not sleeping and you're not.
Hey.
Yeah. He's good
Hey.
Competition. But when you step up, go ahead.
Artur Davis face, yeah. He's another one. He's another one. That guy.
Who's that?
What?
The guy that sorry, not thingy. Sorry, Artur Davis fought. Who did he fight?
Yes, he's 40. He's about 41.
Bruv, come on. You see what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yeah.
Barrasso looks older than 41. He looks older than that. Barrasso. He looks older than that.
Man, the guy looks like he's 55.
The guy he fought.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he did it. Yeah, but the guy he fought, he was. If you didn't go past round 2, push the pace.
He would have beat him. Listen, Ahara would have stopped him.
Someone in the chat said Beterbiev's always been this strong, though. He looks like he did. That's the whole point. You're supposed to age, my man. You're supposed to age.
Yeah, that's Jeff Boxing. Hey, shout out to Jeff, man.
Come on, man. Your body's supposed to fill out. You're supposed to change. Anyway, these guys, man.
Finish, yeah. Yeah, but he's like me, though. He wants to believe it. He wants to believe the best in fighters, in it, like I do. I don't want to believe that these guys are taking them things to hurt another guy, but there's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of money because he needs to get.
EJ,
wherever he's going, better
EJ, what we're gonna do? EJ, what we're gonna do? Yeah, me and you, we're gonna spar. Yeah, I'm gonna take roids. You're gonna test me. You're gonna test me. Yeah, I'm gonna fail the drugs test. We're still gonna fight, and then I'm gonna beat you. Then you're gonna say that I'm the better guy. Yeah, do that for me. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm saying, crazy. But listen, no, on the reels when it comes down to like these sort of things, there's so much money on the lines, yeah. But then the cream only comes to the top. Like, this is an elite fight. When he fights Bert, everyone's seen that, and Tony Belliw's put it out. We pointed it out. Wherever he's gonna fight, if he's fighting in thing, I don't know if they do drug testing, but the ring's definitely gonna be bigger, and we see what he does because that's not gonna help you. Because look, they still have to be a box. He's still flat-footed. And Bivens an excellent boxer. He's a very good boxer. You know what I mean? He's got hand speed.
Like I said, the ring was still big when he fought Canelo. There was points where Canelo had him on the ropes. Canelo had this guy, and Canelo's a small guy.
Who fought Canelo? Who talking about? You talking about
when Bivens fought Canelo, the ring was a normal size ring. It was a normal size ring. It wasn't no 8 small as today. Yeah. It was a normal size ring. Canelo had him on the ropes. Canelo was still
He's another one juiced up, though, isn't he? What's his name?
Yeah. But the thing is, Canelo's got no footwork, so Canelo couldn't learn how to. Canelo don't know how to.
He's flat.
Usually, the reason why Canelo beats guys is because he's more stocky than people. He knows how to. He knows people shell up, so he knows how to corner people. But he was fighting a bigger guy on the night. You're forgetting Bivol was going to fight somebody who's the same size as him, basically, who punches harder, who doesn't gas out like Canelo did. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't gas out. And on top of that, he's juiced to his neck down. Have you seen this guy's neck? Come on, man.
Out the gate, you're going with Thingy, innit? You're picking Thingy.
Yeah, I'm going with Thingy because he's juiced up.
Beterbiev,
yeah, he's juiced up. I'm not having it.
Talk about juiced up then. What are you saying about? Are we talking about juiced up? Talk about Ngannou versus AJ. Do you reckon like both of them are juiced up going into that fight?
Yeah, but the thing is,
That's your man.
is
AJ's your man.
no,
bro, you know
no.
what
The
I'm
thing
saying?
is with
What are you trying to
Ngannou.
say?
Wait,
AJ,
hold on. But the thing is, I can't sit there and say Ngannou is juiced up because you're forgetting Ngannou came from poverty, so the guy wasn't even eating. So we don't even know what
what's
like
that got to do
really
with nothing?
what he's like.
What's that got to do with his juiced up or not, bro? What do you
No,
mean?
that's
Like,
what I'm
he
saying.
can't buy drugs?
That's what I'm saying. I've
He
seen him
buy
gas
drugs
out.
now, bro.
Hold on, but I've seen him gas out. That's what I'm saying. I've seen him gas out. All these guys that I'm
Yeah, but
talking to you about.
but they do wrestling because he's doing wrestling, bro. Like when wrestling, you're gonna gas out.
But even against
Man,
Fury,
the
he
weight
gassed
in your
out. Even against
brain,
Fury, round 10, round 8, 9, and 10, he gassed
Yeah,
out.
no, what was that like? Because when Garner fought him, he waited for Fury. He was just waiting. He wasn't. Fury's an idiot, bro. But he didn't even push the pace on him. Fury was there clowning around. Thought this is
But
gonna be
that's
a
what I'm
joke.
saying.
And
So I can't believe he's on
Yeah.
roids like that. That's what I'm
AJ,
saying.
after AJ's gonna knock him out. I think AJ's gonna knock him out within like
Yeah,
4
but
rounds.
AJ's another one who's suspect. The guy come out of the Olympics and put 20 pounds on like it was nothing. We're not having it.
Hey, let me just say y'all something. Let me say something about that. Anthony Joshua, you know how much he weighed his first pro fight? You know his
Go on.
first is like he was 226 pounds, 227 pounds. And
Mhm.
all of a sudden,
He's
in like a few fights
250.
later, yeah, like 250 all of a sudden, 2 or 3
You know what I'm
fights,
saying,
4
brothers?
fights later.
And you're
That is
forgetting.
suspect.
You're forgetting.
Yeah.
It's not like he turned pro at like 17. He was a big man. He was like 20, 21, 23. He was like between 21 and 23. So he was already a man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All these man, I
Right.
told you, nobody's safe with me. Nobody's safe.
Boxing's very disappointing at this moment. Like, listen, Usyk, is gonna get beaten up. He's gonna get beaten up by a thing. He's another one, he's gonna get beaten up by Fury this time. I think Fury's gonna do him this time. You know what I mean? I think Fury's gonna put him
Alright,
down.
we'll
probably
see.
do him. He'll probably do him, but at the end of the day, I just know that AJ is gonna beat Fury. I know that deep down.
I know AJ. I feel bad.
I'm taking all bets.
I told Dan already. I told Dan on that one already. I got that one in there. But the thing is, Mr. Bashir, he trained like Usyk. He told me from years. He told me if Usyk fights AJ, fights Wilder, fights any of them, he'll beat all of them. You know what I mean? He told me that. I was like, "You sure?" He goes, "Listen, I know." And the reason why he knows that because he see them spar when they was at the Klitschko camp, and he didn't tell me innit. I know now innit, right? He was at the Klitschko and he see them. He see Usyk school the fucking lot of them. So he knew already. Even though he kind of idea like these guys couldn't do nothing with him, and he gets fitter. Now we could say that he might be taking some. I don't know, but he look old against Daniel Dubois. Not so much, but
no,
he didn't look old, but he did look down a little bit.
The thing with Usyk, Usyk's I don't want to cuss on live, but he's a B. He's a B because this guy, anywhere you hit him in the stomach, he thinks it's a low blow. Have you noticed, all these Eastern Europeans, they've got solid chins, but they're weak to the body. They're weak to the body's health. You look at all of them. You look at Golovkin.
That's a good point. You know what?
Golovkin.
That's a good point. You know,
when he fought Callum, wait, hold on. Golovkin.
Yeah, but why did Callum go to the body? Why did
Huh?
Callum go to the body? That's a good point. Why Callum never targeted
Yeah, because like I said, Callum was flustered. Callum's a donut,
bro.
Yeah, he was a donut. The fact of the matter is, because like I said, when you're fighting a guy who you know you can't hurt, you start to worry about what's coming back and when you throw.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you go to the body, think about when you go to the body. And it's not like Beterbiev is a dead counter puncher. He's a good counter puncher. So if you go to the body, think about how much space is up and down on your side, from your ribs to your head. That's available for someone to catch you. So you're playing a catch-22. But like I said, with all these Eastern Europeans, other than this guy that we just saw, this monster who's on all these supplements that we caught him on, everybody has shown vulnerability to the body. Lomachenko, he's never been rocked where he's been hurt. He's been stopped, like slowed down to the body. Triple G, Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped to the body until he got old. That's what I'm saying. Like every fighter that's an Eastern European, they've got chin, but they've got no body frame. So that's why when you hit him in the body, he's always claiming low blow every time. Low blow. There you go.
Yeah, he is. He does that quite often. But to be fair to Usyk, To be fair to Usyk, he didn't do too much in that in the second AJ fight because he took some big body shots from AJ. He still
but
schooled him.
he was looking.
He
He was looking for help.
did.
He was looking for help. He was looking. He was looking. He was looking.
You
That's
know
what I'm
what?
Well, not in
saying.
that second fight. Not in the AJ second
When he
fight.
fought Chisora, did you see his face? He was running, looking at the ref. Look, running.
Well, to be
Hey, you
fair
know
though,
what?
Derek was being dirty in there. He was dirty, but you have to be dirty against a guy like Usyk. He was being dirty in that fight. We can't dismiss that.
Listen,
Yeah,
right
can't
now,
dismiss
you know what?
Daniel
If
Dubois
we're
should
talking
be
about,
unified champion.
Yeah,
if
okay.
we're
Well,
talking about
Dubois should have finished him. If he should have finished him in that round when he hit him with that questionable shot, but he didn't. So that's all I gotta say.
Listen,
no, you know
Dubois
why that is.
is a
But listen,
mystery,
in
man.
boxing, if we're talking about all these steroids, if we're talking about all these steroids, if we're talking about all these steroids in boxing and stuff like that, then bro, we're watching a tainted sport, bro. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah,
It's not,
but the thing is, because we love fighting, because we love fighting, we don't care. But like I said, if it's your favorite fighter that loses, and then the other person is doing dirty, you're gonna call him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you won't. That's why you won't call out Holyfield because he's your favorite fighter.
Me, I called him out. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about
I
EJ.
said it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
EJ won't call him out. So there you go. So I'm saying it's like me. My favorite fighter was Kell Brook. Now I don't think Kell Brook was on something because that's just personally me. Because I've seen him go up and get broken off, got the hell beat out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
No, he
my
was on
suspicion-
that. He was on different stuff. He was on different stuff. He weren't on.
Yeah, he
I
was
think
on that good cush and
Yeah,
alcohol.
you know when he was on different stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was the guy who beat him and he had the car crash? Is it Spence?
It was Spence.
Yes,
Yeah.
Spence. I can't believe it. He's smoking something, isn't he? Because he came into that fight with he was high.
What against
Yeah, he's always looks high.
Crawford?
Earl's always high.
So the story is apparently with that is he got hurt in sparring to the body. He got hurt in sparring. He had a rib injury, and he had to take a medication for it. So the medication makes you drowsy.
Yeah, muscle
Wow.
relaxer.
Yeah, it's a muscle relaxer. So
Wow. Yes. I knew he
that's
was.
what- so that's why
His
he looked
pupils
high.
were
Because
up.
you have to negate one or the other. Are you going to fight with the pain, or are you going to take a relaxer to help you? But even though it could possibly hurt your performance, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So either way, he's going to get
tested
the
for that?
hell beat out of him anyway, because he showed me glaringly he can't fight backwards.
Man.
Against someone like Crawford, you have to be able to fight backwards. That's why.
Well,
someone
you know
like
that
Tim Tszyu-
rematch,
Someone like Tim Tszyu, I know Tim Tszyu is going to get the hell beat out of him. And if he fought Crawford, Charlo will get the hell beat out of him if he fought Crawford. The only guy I can see beating Crawford is probably Canelo, and that's if Crawford can't take his punch. That's all.
Well, you know that rematch is off right now, so
Yeah,
and it
because
should
Elvis is making excuses.
Yeah, you're making excuses, but why all of a sudden now you're getting eye surgery 8 months later? You knew you have a rematch that was coming up right now.
Wait, hold on. Where's Edge Note? This guy, yeah, I remember he was talking the most biggest when Errol Spence was about to fight Crawford. He was talking the biggest. Where is he? He was talking the biggest.
Edge is in his bed, bro. He's in his bed, bro. You don't know.
He was
Yeah, he gonna start.
biggest.
He gonna start talking mess about this fight with Callum Smith and Beterbiev. He know he's gonna have something to say about this. He gonna be on that Tony Bellew train.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, don't be hypocrites. I'm gonna call him out on that. If you do that, I'm gonna call you guys out on that Conor Ben and Dillian White situation.
Listen,
I'm gonna do that.
All these athletes, like I said, they're all suspect. We just love them because we love the sport. That's all.
Yeah.
And we put up with it. But like I said, if your favorite fighter gets beat, you're gonna start searching for excuses. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's human nature, bro.
Yeah,
It's human nature.
you know what I mean?
It's like Mike Tyson. I remember when I was a kid, boy, when Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas, man, I could tell you my mother and my father, I mean, everybody in the family was making excuses for Mike Tyson. They were like, how did this happen? He must have been drunk. He must have been sick. It's like, I mean, seriously, they were all making excuses. You know me as a kid, I don't know how to, back then you have to take take their word for it because you had no idea how to research this as a kid.
Yeah.
Because it's like back then you couldn't really research this whole matter other than getting a subscription to KO magazine or
But
Sports
Dan,
Center
why?
now and then.
What I
Yeah.
want to know is why did you like Holyfield so much if he was a dirty fighter
Well, look, here's the thing.
with the
I like
headbutts?
Evander.
With the headbutts.
Aside from that, okay, that's questionable because if you don't want to talk about the headbutts, if you want to talk about the first Mike Tyson fight, Mike Tyson was the one that leaded with his head that caught that cut because he was trying to find a way out of that fight. He knew he was in trouble. But anyway, I digress. The way I like Evander, like I like Ezra Charles, because these are naturally smaller men keep going up against giants. And no matter what the circumstances are, they find a way to win. They do it with heart, not necessarily with muscle and strength. They find ways to win with heart and passion. And they're willing to take on challenges no matter what. So that's why I respect Evander Holyfield. That's why I like him. That's why I put him second behind Ezra Charles, who was a natural, a small guy going up against giants like Joe Louis and beating those guys. Jersey Joe Walcott and beating them. Joey Maxim beating those guys. Gus Lavanovich beating those guys. Beat Charlie Burley when he was 18 years old. So come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I respect, guys like that. They willing to get in the fire regardless of them being at disadvantage, regardless of the height, the reach, and the size.
But you see, like I said, with to me, like I said,
Mhm.
when I just look at Holyfield's career, yeah, there's a lot of red flags. Like you go to war with Riddick Bowe, like you know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, bro, it's not happening. You know what I
All right,
mean?
well, yeah, I get you what you're saying, Dwayne, but the fact is, to EJ's point, Evander was investigated. They couldn't find anything to pin on him, so he was exonerated. In fact, he was never brought up for trial. They were just doing a preliminary inquiry, as we call it in the United States. They did a
Like,
preliminary
you
investigation on
better
him. They
stay in
never brought
America. You
any.
better not come London. If I see him, I'm gonna be
They
holding
never brought the
I'm gonna be
charges
holding
against
my
him,
boy.
so
Be
he
like,
was
you
let go.
drugs, Jay.
You're like, what the hell? Who yelled at me?
Oh man, these boxers nowadays, man. Is that see?
Yeah.
And what's so funny is this last year and this year is probably going to be the best years that we have in a long time. So
Yeah. Well, it's going to be until the Saudi, and I said this a while. I shouldn't have brought this up, but I was thinking about this. I think this whole Saudi gravy train is going to run out eventually because at some point, sometimes these Saudis are not going to be paid these big bucks for these fighters that, to come over to their country and fight. I think that's going to dry up. As soon as that dries up, boxing is going to go back to what it
well,
was.
the reason why I don't disagree, the reason why I disagree is because of YouTube boxing nowadays.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be reinvestment made because
Oh yeah. The YouTube circuit, the misfits, the social media circuit, they're gonna make money.
yeah,
There's
like
because
how
you're
much
seeing knockouts over there.
Fury made on pay-per-view? How much like Jake Paul and Tommy Fury? Apparently now Tommy Fury's gonna fight Roy Jones.
Yeah, this was funny about that because Tommy was talking about, okay, I'm
Days.
not doing this YouTube shit anymore, but yeah, here he is fighting goddamn Roy Jones while Jake Paul's actually fighting a real boxer in August. In August. I know some people thought it was a dive, but at least he's going through the years. At least he's trying to get his feet wet and fighting a real pro boxer. But Tommy Fury, what the hell is he doing? What is he doing? I mean, you got some people feel he got a gift decision against Jake Paul and KSI, both YouTubers. And now you fight an old ass Roy Jones who's nearly 60 years old. What are you doing, Tommy? What are you doing?
Man.
Yeah, hey, but anyways, I was gonna say I'm about to get off in a minute, but
Fight doctor, you're not saying nothing, fight doctor, bro. You ain't saying nothing.
Yeah,
Yo,
Go ahead.
Listen, Fight Doctor's just listening because he knows that we're spitting facts.
yeah, we are, bro.
We're spitting facts.
Y'all was talking about Wilder for a minute, but let me
EJ's
bring
always
up.
disagreeing with me for no reason.
Yeah, we'll talk about Wilder for a minute, bro. Yeah, let's bring about Wilder for a minute. Yeah, but hey, I probably shouldn't say this, but I heard that him and Tay Jones are not talking for a moment because Tay told him the truth about his Parker performance.
Seriously.
Hey, listen, when you're like Wilder, you want echo chamber. You just want to hear people saying good things about you. You know what I mean? What did Tay say? What did Tay say about his performance? What did he say about his performance?
Well, from what I've heard from the grapevine, he told him, "Hey, man, you lost that fight. You did horrible." He told straight up, "You got no one else to blame but yourself." And because of that, they haven't spoke for a bit.
Yeah, but the money, yeah, you know why? Because the money's dried up, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. I said to say, don't say to Tony. Like
No,
the moment you start
I just
losing,
find it funny.
everything gets
Wilder.
real. Everything gets real. Like,
You
see,
see,
Ahara, it's the same thing. Like, he just lost the fight there. It's all well and done, this, that, the other. But, bro, people, you know how people are, they're cruel. They're cruel. They're with you when you're winning. And when you're losing, bro, they're ready to throw you
yeah,
like
but
you're
with
nothing, like you're
Wilder, the
nothing
thing
special.
is that Wilder comes. That's why only his fan base rock with him because, like, he took so much delusional crap. Yeah, he said that. Or he said, "Oh, now I lost the fight. AJ and them are gonna avoid me." Well, he's supposed to fight you after a loss. What credit is he gonna
Yeah,
get?
exactly. I'm like, dude, and that's what makes me upset about this. Like, dude, all you had to do was win your fight.
There you
Do
go.
that, then you could talk about AJ about not fighting you after that. You could say something then, but you can't now because all you had to do was win
And
your fight.
that they
That's
already
all
had
you
the
have to
fight
do.
signed. They already had the
Yeah,
fight
that's
signed. The
that's
fight.
all you had to do. Yeah, they had the fight signed to your point, and now you can't come out and blame AJ for why you fucked up. Excuse my language. You fucked that up. Bro. You can't blame nobody but yourself. And I think that's
Hey,
why Tay was telling us.
yo, YouTube is sensitive about swearing. Like, I should have told Tony as well.
Yeah, no.
Like, I
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
you know,
But
man. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
But I'm just saying,
my
like, at
bad.
the end of the day, like,
Mhm.
Wilder, the thing that I don't like about him, he has no accountability whenever he loses or whenever he takes an L. He always has to look to blame someone else. You understand?
Yeah,
Like, other than the Fury third fight, and I think he still made excuses then because he was saying, "Oh, yeah, I was too heavy on the weight." Well, you put the
yeah,
weight on. You know what I mean?
right.
You put the weight on. So at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah. At the end of the
like,
day,
it is
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is, man.
It is what it is. And like I
Facts,
said, Tay
facts.
told him the truth. It's like you gotta, bro, champ. We rock with you, but we have to be. I'm gonna be upfront with you. But you screwed up. You lost that fight, and you did terribly. That's on you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. And this is why, now he's talking about, I got to find my killer instinct because he realizes, part of it realizes that, yeah, I screwed up. I really screwed up. I should have done way better than that. And now he's got to figure out where he's going to get a killer instinct back. I'll tell you one thing you need to do is get off that ayahuasca and get off that weed. That's what you need to do.
Yeah,
That's how
100%.
you're going to get it. You got to get off that stuff, bro.
And what
And
makes me laugh is people say, "Oh
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
well
get.
I've got
He's a
enough
drug. He's a
money
full blown
to,
junkie.
I've got enough money to take care of my family, blah blah blah." So when you say your timing's off, that's down to you because you could have just taken an easy fight just to keep active, keep going before you fought Joseph Parker. You didn't have to really get that much money for it. You could have done an event in Alabama or whatever, like you did when you
yeah,
fought
that's what
Gerald
exactly what it
Washington or
was.
something.
Yeah, he did. That's the thing
That's
about
why
Wilder.
that's
Yeah,
why
that's what Wilder didn't want to do that. You know why he doesn't want to do that? Because
even
he's
though
looking for.
AJ
Go
looked
ahead, go ahead.
to me,
Mhm.
even though AJ looked horrible with Derek James, yeah, he was still fighting. He fought 3 times last year.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I
been
mean?
active.
Was that?
Exactly. And the thing about Wilder is that he's looking for big paydays. That's a problem. He doesn't want to take pay cuts, and that's why I'm going to the
AJ
point.
fought in the O2. Like really and truly, he never really fought in the O2 other than before he become a champion. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But
so
that's what I don't understand. It's like if AJ can take a pay cut, why can't you do it? You got to
mhm.
stay active, bro. And now you're gonna wonder why. I think part of the reason why he's down is because he realized that those big paychecks are not gonna come around after that Parker performance.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to work for it again.
he still got a cut. He can still down the
Yeah.
ego, right? I think the Ngannou fight, like, see AJ's. I think AJ's people are smart. I said, like, taking the Ngannou fight. I think that's a smart move because look, every day Fury fought him, and I could fight him. That's the reason why I could fight him now, and it's an easy fight for AJ. Like AJ gonna knock out Ngannou. I
It's
think
a
it's an easy
tune-up.
fight.
It's a lot of money. Keeps you active.
Yeah,
There
keep
you go.
active.
Right.
And then you're just waiting for the IBF mandatory. That's all.
Why not?
Well, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. Eddie Hearn kind of shed some light on that. The IBF won't
What
make
do you
him
say?
mandatory. He said that what happened was with the Waleed fight, they didn't sanction that fight, so it was not an eliminator. So Waleed is still ranked number 2, or has been vacated, or whatever the case may be. He's still rated number 2, and AJ's still at number 3. So and Herkovich is still the mandatory. So once the belt becomes vacant, then more than likely the IBF will either mandate The number one versus number two, or they're gonna do the number one versus number three. So
So
so far
you
they
know,
haven't.
so
Well,
you
go
know
ahead.
this with this Ngannou. He's had one
Yeah.
fight. Are they really gonna put him in with put him in the rankings?
He's already ranked. Yeah,
Well,
he's already ranked
they were
he's
ranked by the
ranked in
WBC.
the top 10 already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloody
top 10 by
hell!
the WBC. Yeah,
What with
WBC got him in the top 10.
what with that one fight he's had? They've ranked him what 10? You said.
Yep.
Top 10 in the top. Yeah, in the top 10.
What is going on? See, this is what I'm talking about. The money has come, so we've got YouTubers now, which can turn pro just like that.
Yeah, Jake Paul. Shit. They
Yeah.
take that's
Wow.
what this is
Yeah.
what I was gonna say
Yeah.
though. This is why I was gonna say, hold up, EJ. What I was gonna say about the Ngannou thing. Like, I like Francis, but for him to come in here and get leapfrogged into these big fights without working hard like these other guys are trying to do, that's
Yeah,
just
all the guys.
yeah. And these guys are paying
Boxing,
sanction fees. Yeah,
and
they're
all you
paying
understand is
sanction fees and
that.
trying. Go
Yeah, but what
ahead,
you're
go
not
ahead.
understanding, that's why Fight Doctor's quiet, yeah? Because he's the most active. Boxing's dying, bro. The American networks are dying, like Showtime's just gone down, HBO's gone down. The interest in America's champions is dying. And America, with the big country, they're pushing the money. So anyone can just get in it. Like Tony said, the YouTubers, and Ngannou's done nothing really to warrant to fight Joshua, other than he knocked down Fury. And really, that's the world we're living in. We're living in a different time, bro. Social media,
Yeah, but America's that big. Is that like boxing is small. I mean, American football is their biggest thing, and
exactly.
basketball.
And basketball, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that when it comes to boxing at this point, and they ain't got no American champion, and look who you got. You got Big Baby and you got Deontay Wilder, right? And that's why the AJ fight. You see the AJ fight and Wilder. The reason why, if that fight happened, maybe the HBO Showtime would still be around, because that would have put a lot of money in the pocket. But the big fights, and people don't want to make the big fights. They kill the sport. They're killing the sport. Fight Doctor, I know he's over there just crying, looking at this, thinking that this sport, because the amateurs over here is still lively, but the professional sport is where the boxing is. And then what we've seen there, all of us are saying that guy took steroids, and there's nothing we can do about it but go on to the next one. I mean, that's what we're looking at it. Right, Doctor. I mean, it's what we're looking at the last era of great fights, and then everyone's thinking. So that's why Ngannou's got in there, and you don't know what he's taking. AJ's willing to take him because it's an easy payday. Mayweather, at the end of his career, fought Conor McGregor, made it cool.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference here. Floyd was retired, so I can see why he did it. So that. I have no issue with that. My problem is that you got active fighters. And now Joshua Duterte, he's not a champion. I get that part, but he's still an active fighter trying to compete for a world title again. Yeah, you're fighting a novice, a Tyson Fury who started all this mess. Should have had no business fighting Ngannou when he's an active champion, trying to avoid these big fights and get an easy payday. And look what happened to him now.
So-
You watching? Go ahead.
I think there's one point that we have missed, which is the fact that boxing has always been a three-ring circus. Okay? I mean, from the very beginning, boxing has always been a three-ring circus. And
it's a carnival, though. It's a carnival, more a carnival, though, isn't it? It's a carnival, but it's
carnival, three-ring circus. Right. So the point is entertainment, and, well, it's prize fighting, right? So they fight for a prize. And ideally, you want to fight for the biggest prize possible.
Yeah.
So
why they give
you need these, right? So you need these theatrics. You need these
YouTubers.
Right? Because they bring the casuals who don't know anybody.
Yeah. You're right. You're definitely right, because people are getting to know the game. As you said, the game is dying out. Somewhere along the line, it's dying out. But we're bringing in younger people because the YouTubers are coming in, and they're getting to know boxing, and they're bringing a new lot of young people coming into this game. And the Saudis, they're paying the money. They don't care. Everything's there now.
Right. And boxing is in such a sad state of affairs now that in order to bring the biggest gates and to put on the biggest events, boxing now has to essentially incorporate fighters or athletes from other sports to make the biggest events in boxing.
Wow.
That's where we are now.
Yeah.
So it's
That's where we
changed.
are.
It's changed. It's changed then.
Yeah, you know what's funny though, because EJ and I talked about this a while back. This is why I wish we were back in the Don King days. The Don
Yeah,
King days,
yeah,
the Butch
yeah,
Lewis days,
yeah.
where Don
People
King,
had to
yes, he was
fight
a
people.
yeah, exactly. Where Don King was a crook. Yes, he robbed his fighters. But at the end of the day, he said,
Make them
quote, if
fight.
you want big paydays, you got to take the tough fights. That's it. No
Yeah.
ifs, buts about it.
But that's
That's
what I
the
said.
way that was his rule.
And that's what's happened. That's what I said. Wilder, that's what I'm trying to say, because I was speaking about in the business term, Wilder and AJ not happening. In effect, they killed the networks, bro. They killed the networks. Pacquiao, Mayweather, to a certain extent, kept the boxing going on. But if you're not going to make the big Errol Spence, Crawford, yeah, we made it happen. But bro, years later, like the big fights that the fans want. Now, let me ask a question: which is the biggest fight we want to see? AJ Fury, AJ Wilder. That's the fight. Wilder fight is out the picture. So we ain't got many big fights that the imagination that we're drilling for. You know what I mean? Okay, Teofimo Lopez versus Haney. Teofimo Lopez versus I think he's Crawford. I think they talk about him and Crawford. Like Crawford needs the next guy. Like that's the boxing. That's what we need. And there's none of that. The guys are not active, and guys don't want to fight the bigger fights for the risks. For what? Because they're making mad money, and they don't really care about us as fans. They just, you know what I mean? And that's what the sport's become. It's a shame. Because in the
Well, it becomes
amateurs,
that. Yeah.
everyone fights. It's amateurs, everyone fights. But it's not at that risk, and there's no money like that. But you see the cheating. What we just saw with Callum Smith today, and we're all saying he's cheating, and all of us has just accepted it. I mean, we can't really do nothing about it. We've just accepted that Callum's been beaten half to death by a guy that probably is on drugs, isn't it? And this guy's like,
yeah.
Usually we'd be outraged, but what we're gonna do, we just have to we're lumping it, like, because there's nothing really we can say. Go on.
That's why I'm saying we've changed, because we accepting it. They know we're just gonna accept it. Like, we're just gonna argue and talk about it on phones and internet, and it's changed.
Yeah.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I heard an interview. I heard an interview on I was driving, and TalkSport was on, and somebody was I think it was Anthony was saying that he was going to take the money. They said, what would you offer? What would you take? Would you take the 40 million, or you would take lesser money, but a YouTuber who's going to give him a 40 million? And straight away he said the 40 million for the YouTuber. So that's when I've said to myself, it's changed.
Yeah, it is. And here's I'm gonna say this too, man. Look, and I met Ryan Garcia once, and he's a cool cat if you talk to him, but he said something that was disappointing. He said in an interview with the Boxing Voice that was leading up to the Tank Davis fight. They asked him, I mean, hey, what about the title? When are you gonna go for a world title? He's like, man, belts don't mean crap these days. And they're like, Ness like, what do you mean don't mean crap? When you're a champion, you get more respect. He's like, not F the respect, man. It's about getting paid. It's about the money, man. I don't give
It's it's about the money.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know why? Because when you get the belt, they bloody charge you for the belt, bro. They charge you to own the gully belt. They take a percentage of your money as well. That's another thing.
But how much is
all these belts? Yeah, they 1%. They take 1 or 2% of your money.
Yeah,
1 or 2%. They take 1 or 2% of your money. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, like, because you're earning a couple of mil. They take 2%. 2%.
I thought it was 3%.
Yeah, like 2 or 3%. Yeah.
Wow. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but see, why? Yeah, that's Tony. Loud swearing, Tony, because I get
sorry.
man. The one. Yeah. What I'm saying is that's all right. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they take percent. So Mayweather was saying, and Mayweather exposed. This is why they hate the business hates Mayweather, because he exposed the business of boxing, how corrupted, like De La Hoya gloves. Like I said, Canelo, we knew already the ring was small. Like Tony mentioned, the hotel, everything's designed for you to get your ass beat. Yeah, it's all laid up. You're just there to come in for my guy to beat you in front of my crowd, right? And that's what boxing's become. It's not no 50-50 when you think it's fair. You know, you're gonna give a show. We know you're gonna get a beating. Now Bivol has got a big backing promoter with Eddie Hearn, right? They're gonna try and make it even playing field as much as they can. So hopefully we have a competitive fight. But boxing, they need more fights, more major fights to keep the sport alive. Because otherwise, you know the youngsters. I mean, the youngsters coming through. What are they gonna do? And the Olympics. They said the Olympics. They're trying to take the boxing away from the Olympics as well. I mean, if that, I don't know what we're gonna do after that. I don't know what we're gonna do. We just got the world. No one watches the World Games, man. Everyone watches the Olympics.
Yeah,
that's where you get the most eye on you. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. The world belts are killing the boxing, and the fighters themselves, when they get to the top, they don't want to fight top tier competition. They're fighting bums and guys. You know, you go to a normal show in the York Hall. One guy's in there, he's had 100 losses, and the other guy's got two fights. And the guy with 100 losses, he goes in there and just doesn't even try and fight. And that's supposed to be competitive.
Yeah.
You know, after people in there are drunk, by the way, they don't care anyway.
They don't care.
but it's not even competitive. But it's not. We're not competitive. Like Fight Doctor is completely silent. I think he's just in shock of what's going on. Like what world was I living in when you woke up? I was just watching Ken Norton and Larry Holmes, yeah, and I was thinking, bruv. And I saw the fans, I saw Sylvester Stallone at front, I saw these celebrities, and they were like, wow, that was a great fight. And now you're looking at this year, you're thinking, okay, we saw Crawford and Spence, and now we're hearing that Spence went in there with a broken rib, and his eyes was this. Which commission let him come into that fight when he was all busted up? I mean, he came in there as a dead man walking in. Why did he fight that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
So the money. Well, the problem with that is the money was too good to turn down. That's the problem. He was fighting for the money. Basically, that's your answer. He just needed to be paid because he's been inactive. He's had fights canceled, so he's got to fight somebody and get paid. That's your answer. But go ahead, fight doctor.
Yeah, so like 135 and 140 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Collectively, if 130 and 140, if 135 and 140 were the same division, that would easily be the deepest division in boxing.
Right now, absolutely. I was going to say that.
But how many of the top guys have fought each other?
Not many of them. Not many.
So, like, if this were MMA, all those guys would have fought probably multiple times by now.
Right.
But this isn't.
Yes.
MMA.
This is. Well, here's the thing. This is why. I know Dana White doesn't pay his fighters, but at least Dana White has a Don King mentality in some sense. He tells his fighters, if you want to get the big bucks, you got to fight the toughest fights out there. This is who you're going to fight, and this is how much I'm going to pay you for that fight. And this is how it works. And that's why I wish we had that structure in boxing to get these tough matchups, so that way these fighters don't screw around. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the standard is low, bro. It's not even a proper fight because they want them to stand up on their feet. Like Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor, and Mayweather exposed that these people are not even that good, right? Ronda Rousey got home. So we know they're not that good, yeah? So when we're looking at MMA, we're looking at a lower product value standard we are in boxing. Like boxing takes years to get good, and now a guy, as long as he's got money in his pocket, can jump the rankings and go straight up to the top.
Yes,
so we're looking at we're looking at a complete breakdown in the whole structure of the sport. And the reason why is because the fighting, if it's been killing itself for years, everyone comes into boxing to take. No one comes to give back. Everyone's taking. No one wants to fight. And that's what's been going on for years. And that's why boxing is where we at. We look at Callum and I'll say, in my mind, when I look at Callum, he don't deserve to be there. You know why? Who did he fight to build himself up to fight to like Beterbiev? Like that, and that's the problem. How you putting him in the fight because it's Callum Smith? But what's he done though? George Grove with one arm, and he won. And all he does is pick his nose. I haven't seen him fight any live dogs, and that's what's going on in boxing. You can't tell me that this guy's fought good. He's been doing it. Now he's about to get turned over, By Bivol, I feel he's going to get turned over to Bivol because he's that's his last payday, and now they're going to have to get him out of Canada, and he can't take his steroids or whatever he's taking. And I think Bivol's going to do a number on him, and that's what boxers going to box.
Yeah, I hope.
It's killing itself. I when I watch amateur, when I a proper 50-50, as long as they're not taking the roids, I see a competitive fights. It's a shame though. It's a shame, you know. Fight doctors, I can see fight doctors were heartbroken. He's been talking about boxing for years. To see the sin down here, it's not that good. What fights we got on the thing? We got February, we got Fury and Usyk. Do you think that's going to be competitive? Even.
I'll tell you what, I'd say 70-30 Usyk. I know a lot of people don't think I'm crazy for saying this, but I'll say this. If Tyson Fury doesn't get Alexander Usyk out in 4 rounds, he's not winning that fight. I'll just tell you that right now. He's not winning it. But go ahead. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a competitive fight. Yeah.
Yeah, for the early rounds.
You think it's going to be competitive?
It has to be a competitive. It has to be, because I think that's what they set themselves on. This thing that you've talked about, where these YouTubers are getting on for they come and make their money, even more money that they can, and when the fight game comes, they have to turn it on. They have to try and, you know, because their livelihoods in the line. The boxing's in the window. I don't understand how they could not be up for a fight in somebody who's a fighter, not a YouTuber. You know, I can't believe that, you know, we're gonna start, you know, representing these guys and taking them, because we've already done it now. They've taken them on. They've taken they're taking their money while they're boxing. They think it's an easy fight, but they've come for, like you said, the money, and that's how it's changed now. So when they do bring on the real fighters to box, and I think that's why we're never going to see these top guys fight each other.
Well, you know what, Tony, that's a good point, but here's the one thing I have to say too.
Go on.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say though, you got people now like.
Go on, Dan. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you got champions in like Marius Breedis, well, former champion now, calling out Jake Paul for years, and he still wants that fight for some reason. Okay, now you got John Jones who's thinking about jumping into boxing all of a sudden. I mean, imagine John Jones jump into boxing. You have any idea what type of numbers that would do if he does that? He automatically get into big fights in heavyweight, just like Ngannou would.
Bro, listen. That's what I said to you. Like, anyway, boxing still pays a lot, but it's dangerous, because then when you get that money, you need that for surgery anyway. Like, we got a fight coming up, right? We got Jaime Munguia versus John Ryder. Like, what is John Ryder done other than get his ass beat up by Canelo? Deserve to fight Jaime Munguia? I mean, guys, it's like Eddie Hearn is serving up the horizontal European champions to get banged over. Another fight we got here, we got Natasha Jonas, and women boxing should be 3 minutes, by the way. Natasha Jonas, she's fighting
Michaela Mayer.
Michaela Mayer. That's a boring fight, bro. Like,
that's gonna be a chess match. And you know, Michaela, this thing about Michaela, what I can't stand about her, she has a mouth. That's good. You have to talk to prep yourself up. But she keeps talking as if, you know, she's degrading like other promoters like Eddie Hearn, especially with the Baumgartner situation. I get all that. But at the end of the day, where is your promoter? If you knew Baumgartner wasn't tested for your fight and you wasn't tested either, why didn't your promoter come in and say something about that? Where's Top Rank in that situation? This is why. That's why she doesn't like to talk about Bob Arum, because she's afraid of him. She'll talk about other promoters. They think they're sneaky and shady, but she doesn't want to talk about Bob Arum. Of course, that's her promoter, but she's afraid of him because Bob doesn't give a damn about her career. Let's be real. He just leaves her out to dry. Go ahead.
But she's like Lomachenko. She's like Lomachenko, because Lomachenko, in the Ukraine, he might sell tickets, but that's why he had him on the European tour, because them man's there. Bob Arum looks at them. When you sign these guys, you need to make your money back, and he weren't making his money back. That's why he served them to Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo had America and he had the young crew. Right. That's why he served them up. And you know what I mean? And boxing's like that. They don't give a shit how technical you are. End of the day, How much money am I gonna get? That's why you talk about Crawford. It goes, oh, I got him. I didn't make no money for him. It's like what? And people are like, what? I understand what he means now, because when Crawford's fighting, he's not getting the money back that he put into the guy. You know what I mean? And that's what he's talking about. But at the same time, Crawford wants the big fights. He couldn't get the Errol Spence fight. Crawford had to leave Bob Arum because Bob Arum he was playing hardball. And Bob Arum again with the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. If he wasn't involved, Pacquiao and Floyd would have happened years ago. Take the fucking drug test. So you got a lot of these promoters are stopping fights. You know what I mean? They're stopping fights from happening because it don't suit their interests because they invested money in a certain fighter. And that's another reason for killing the sport. The promoters, the belts, and the fighters not wanting to fight the top competition. That's what's killing the sport. And when you're at the top and you just want to stay there eating your money, I mean, you're gonna get turned over eventually. I don't know why people think they're gonna live forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why hey, shout out to Low Place if he's hearing this, man. I hope he comes back, man, eventually. But that's why I'm telling Low Place about Donovan Stevenson. It's like, look, man, Donovan Stevenson is an incredible talent, but my problem with him is that he doesn't want to fight nobody. He's cool with making his $2, $4, or $5 million per fight and fighting a bunch of nobodies in Canada while he's a champion. He's cool with that.
But look at this, right? You think about this. If he told someone you could be a champion for a couple more years, walk around your city with your belt and be cool, and that's it, and don't have to fight top tier competition, man, or just defend the belt once a year. That's what you do. Look who did that? Gary Russell Jr.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, yeah. Don't fight top tier competition. Say I'm betting Ali, and just walk around and say there's get Netflix deal, and you're conning the public, and you ain't fighting top tier competition. Real people know reckon as well. I mean, when I want to watch boxing, I have to go back to the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Proper fight, mate. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. The networks, they used to push. HBO used to push, and then when HBO started getting that European thing, I was like, what are they doing? Like, why are they not investing back into the American fight? That's one thing about the PBC where they were doing that. But look what happened to the PBC. The first time they get a check, Kid Quillen, Quick Chocolate. That's what his name was, right? The first check he got, that was it. He ducked one guy, and that was it. He said, because as soon as the money came, he's like, why do I need to fight? So boxing is supposed to be the sport of the poor. So when you got money now, you're not poor. What's your desire? Why do I need to fight no more? You know what I mean? And
exactly. That's what happened to him when he got turned over by Jacobs. That was it for him. He's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna. I mean, he was fighting a couple. Yeah, he was fighting, took a couple more fights after that. But after that, he was done. He was like, dude, I'm cool. I got my big payday. That's it.
Yeah, the PBC, Danny Jacobs, Al Heyman gave them so much money. Danny Jacobs, the Kid Quillen, Kid Chocolate, gave them so much money that they didn't need to fight. There was another guy as well. There was another guy years ago. What's his name again? The guy from HBO. He gave this fight, Ricardo Williams. This is years ago, the 2000 Olympics. He gave him $2 million, and just a signing, bro. And that was it, bro. That guy, he was talented. They said he was going to be like the next Roy Jones. As soon as he gave that $2 million, the guy was never turned out to be anything because the game was so much money. And I think boxing, in one fight, you could make, I don't know, near $500,000. And I don't know how you are, bro. If man give you $500,000, I mean, how can I even be,
Well, let me just say this. Here's a fact that you guys probably don't know. Oscar De La Hoya, his first when he in his debut after the Olympics, the '92 Olympics when he won gold, his first professional purse was $300,000. Yeah, $300,000 was his first. I'm like, what in the hell in a pro debut? Who gets that type of money in their pro debut? Even Floyd Mayweather as a bronze medalist, he only got like $5,000 or $10,000 in the first fight.
He bought the whole because he was in Los Angeles. And it was it was Western Forum.
You Latino based, Latino based. Yeah.
He bought the whole of East LA down there, so at the end of the day, they're gonna keep him winning, and that's the whole point. When you got a big fan base, look at that Johnny Fisher. He fought our guy Brian the Wingy from the All Stars, right? And everyone's seen Brian, what's his name, Johnny Fisher now, and he sells a lot of tickets from Essex, the Romford Bull, and they're gonna keep him winning. He's not actually that good, but you're gonna give him guys to knock over. And just keep the money rolling, and that's what boxing's become. They just give you, which is Tony said, you dig them up from what hospital you dig them up from, Tony, again, or what graveyard you dig them up for? Tony's got one. You dig them up fresh corpse from the graveyard. Just put them in the ring and let's knock them over and keep them moving. That's what they're on. Boxing has become that. It's become that. And because you dare not lose, because if you lose all that money you could be making. And that's what boxers are hustle. It's a hustle.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
It's
changed.
it's a shame. It's a shame because you know, end of the day, I know you want, even if someone's not that good, you want a competitive fight for your money, bro. And what we saw with Callum Smith, and if the guy, you know, Beterbiev taking, I mean, drugs is another element to the sport as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't even a well, we could have watched that. I mean, that's not even competitive. It's a shame. I mean, Tony couldn't say what he wants, about drugs and all them things there. Like, in the day, to be fair, he didn't earn the right to fight there. In my opinion, he didn't. I mean, what did he do?
Well,
I mean,
what's bad about this? This is Callum Smith's second biggest, you say second biggest fight, and he wasn't even competitive in either one of them. He didn't even win one round in either one of those fights. The Canelo fight and this one. It's just like, what? It's weird. It's like
Eddie Hearn's
he's just feeding them. That Eddie's got to be looking after him, isn't he? Eddie's looking after him.
Yeah.
He's looking after him. Each one of them. Anybody he signs, he's looking after him. You know, I think just Eddie's done what he's always done, and he's gambled. He's gambled. He's a gambler. That's what he was when you know in Vegas. That's how that's how he made his money till he came to his dad's aid. But I can't believe he's putting in the same genetics of gambling into the boxing, because he's gambling their lives away. The young people are liking it because they take, like he just said, the money's there. They're taking the money. The whole game has changed. Like you said, EJ, they don't want to have the best fights no more. That's gone. That's finished. That's finished. Now it's to fight somebody who's a YouTuber.
Yeah, or MMA guy who's going to bring in the crowd like Gargano or John Jones or hell, Tom Epstein.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it is what it is.
He fought 2 times.
Go ahead.
He fought 2 times in 3 years. He fought 21. He knocked out a guy in 2 rounds. Some guy with record was decent. He fought him in 22. He knocked him out in 4 rounds. Yeah, so he's all done 6 rounds, and he didn't fight in entire 2023. Didn't fight the whole year, and now he just comes into 2000. So he missed out the whole of 2023. Comes in there, so he's fought 2 guys. And who's this one guy? Where's this guy from? I don't even know these guys. He's knocked over, and he's got a title shot. I mean, who gets a title shot like that? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say to you. Where do you think you was going with that, man? You know you're gonna get turned over. You're wasting.
Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, to be fair though, the WBC, the light heavyweight division. Yeah, I mean, you have to look at the rankings though, because who's ranked high in the WBC at light heavyweight? I mean, I'm sure Joshua Buatsi and Dan Aziz is ranked in there, but I wonder why the WBC couldn't mandate Council to fight either one of those guys before he got a shot at Beterbiev. Maybe if he had did that and beaten them, then okay, cool, he's earned the right to fight Beterbiev. But he, like you said, EJ, he fought nobody to get that shot. Nobody.
Of the boxing, Fight Doctor's the most active guy. When it comes to Fight Doctor's fun. He can't believe what he's seeing. He's probably watching the old James Toney fights. You get me? Just to get some light.
Yeah, I was watching James Toney versus Iran Barkley the other night, man. And I like the Blade Iran Barkley. Good fight, but I love the Blade, man. He was one of my favorite fighters growing up, man. But I was crying. I was crying watching that fight because he took a bad beat against Tony in that fight.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, all the old fighters.
He give none a beat. He give none. He looked like he beat. That was.
What you say about Michael Nunn and James Toney? I mean, Michael Nunn was schooling James Toney. James Toney had one good shot.
Brilliant. I watch. Even today, I watch these fights every day, every week. I've got the fights from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. I'm watching them more than I'm watching these fights which come up now. I don't watch them.
These fights here.
I don't watch them. I'm watching the old fights. You know, I love watching them because they lift me. It's like watching a Rocky movie. We know what's gonna happen in Rocky, but we still get up and we still punch the air. And that's
exactly.
and that's what gets me with these
But you know the funny thing, Tony. When
say that again.
the world needs crossover fights like from America and the UK. The world needs crossover fight. When Ricky Hatton fought Mayweather, that was a fight where you had both countries vying for a guy in it. Ricky Hatton over here and he came to the Peacock like literally the week after, right? Now when Tony come to the Peacock, come to Canada, and he came to that sort of thing of Muhammad Ali, where he 1 minute he's in America, next he's in England. He was a world champion like Sugar Ray Robert. Sugar Ray Leonard. They used to go around the world. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't just, like Roy
Mike
Jones
Tyson even
became that.
Mike Tyson.
If you want to fight, but Tyson Fury, at least he goes to America. He's been to Germany.
No. We're not talking about Tyson Fury.
Guys are win world champion.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when you're world champion, in my opinion, when you're world champion, you fight around the world. That's how you're supposed to be doing it. Go in someone else's backyard, beat him up, and you get his fans. You go there, you get fans. So that's what boxing became live here. I'm staying over here, and it's become very closed down. So that's why these YouTubers and these MMA have took some of the market. That's what's happened because MMA and that they wouldn't have a shot back in the days in the early 2000s. Pride, there was in Japan, but because boxing started to kill itself, then all these little whack jobs, they all get a thing. Like I watch MMA and I like it, yeah. But probably it's dead. I can't watch. It's not really a high level fight like you see in a boxing match. You get me? But it's a shame when you see mismatches because this is a mismatch. Like, and I said to everyone in the chat, I said this is not even going to be competitive. Why? He hasn't earned the right to do anything. You know, we used to have world contenders. This guy's been knocking everyone up to get to that point, and you're looking at him like, yeah, I can't wait. Like Ricky Hatton, when he was fighting Costa Zoo, he beat some good contenders, and he was like, can he get over the hill and beat Costa Zoo? He fouled him a bit, but he beat Costa Zoo. You're like, oh, okay, he achieved it, because you know what I mean. And that's you live the journey with some of these fighters. You're not getting it no more. There's no way Callum fight that inactive, and you put him in the ring, and all of a sudden he's supposed to beat Beterbiev. That's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You need to work it up.
The last time he fought,
that's why he fought in
ago, isn't it?
2002. A year ago, and then before that, he fought once a year. He fought 1 year, and the one guy he knocked out in 2021. He knocked out a guy in 2 rounds. The 2020. Was it 2021? He knocked the one guy out, and then 2022 he knocked another guy out, and he fought once a year and against nobody. Let's check the box rec because that's what boxing you do. You can check who they fight, and there's no contenders. Like literally, you know when you saw Errol Spence coming up to fight Kell Brook, right? And it's a shame Kell Brook didn't fight Golovkin because it would have been probably competitive, right? When you saw Errol Spence coming through, or you saw Bud Crawford coming through, you see the journey. Like Bruce Ennis should have fought Crawford. Whether he won or lost, it didn't matter. He was beating up all the guys, all the other guys, giving me shot. You know what I mean? Giving me shot because he earned the right. And that's what we're missing. We're missing guys deservingly getting their shot. And when they get their shot, like Keith Thurman, they don't fight the guy underneath. Like it's been a long ducking thing. I think Steve Collins didn't fight Joe Calzaghe, and Steve Collins wanted to fight Roy Jones, and I can keep going on. And what's it? Carl Froch didn't want to fight that guy didn't want this guy, and that's how it goes on. And that's what boxing does.
Hey, I remember it's funny about that. You mentioned Steve Collins because Chris Eubank Sr. called him out on the roundtable one time on Sky Sports. He's like, "Hey Steve, why did you duck the Calzaghe fight?" Yeah, he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You know, you were supposed to fight him, but I was assigned to fight him. Why did you do that?" And Steve was like, "I don't know. I don't know how you bring it up."
Yeah, Eubank came in a week notice. And then he fought Calzaghe. And if Eubank had time to prepare, he would have probably beat Calzaghe, but he only had a short note, and that's what they do. They bring former world champions, like Larry Holmes. When you fight Mike Tyson, we give you a couple of weeks. We put you in there. You're gonna get paid, and you get your ass beat, you know. But you saw how good Larry Holmes is, though. He's only ever been knocked out once, you know. Larry, that's how good Larry is. Larry only got knocked out once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Larry was a
yeah,
tough, bro. There was
yeah.
some good fights.
Larry's underappreciated. That's why he's always been bitter till this day. But at the same time, if we, like you and I and Tony and Pipe Doctor, we're all boxing enthusiasts. We respected what Larry Holmes done in his career.
Yeah,
You know, what I mean,
I love
he
Larry.
fought everybody.
I
Go
love
ahead.
Larry's the man. I met him a couple of years ago, a few times. And when he talks about his boxing career and his life and boxing, you listen, you just listen because they had the best time. They were in the best era of boxing.
Mhm.
This is what I love, and I watch him now every the YouTube on YouTube. I watch them. I watch them all. It's the greatest era of our boxing life. Now, this here, what we have now, I don't watch it. I don't watch them. If you see one fight, but the fights from the 80s, 70s, 80s, I watch them all the time. It
Yeah,
brings something back. It
it
was
does.
something back. When I grew up and as I was growing up in life, the fights were on, and you would want to sit all the way, gather around with the family and watch these fights. You don't do that now. These days, they
Yeah.
don't. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know the thing is, and that's the good thing about YouTube. There's some fights that I didn't see what was in America, then we didn't see in the UK, and I pull up on their record and watch them because I didn't really appreciate Evander Holyfield. This is why I'm probably like a bit defensive about Evander Holyfield because I was a big Mike Tyson fan and still are. But brother, I had to appreciate that when they call that guy the real deal. I mean, some of the guys he fought in the amateurs, these are some fucking hard guys. Sorry for swearing. I shouldn't. I know. He fought. You know what? Now, obviously, I know I'm gonna get shut up about. Like, he fought some hard guy, Ricky Womack. This guy beat a Cuban guy. He beat a Cuban guy in the World Game, and Van Dyke to beat him, fight him 3 times to get into the Olympics. And then when he got in there, he got the guy after the belt, that John Barry, whatever, and he got disqualified. And then when he got into the pro, he had to earn him against Khalid. He went against Khalid as well, and like Khalid was a tough guy. And you're looking at it like, in 15 rounds he went with him, and you're watching it, and the Khalid's he's ex-prison, he's tough. And this is when you look at that, he's fighting all these tough guys, yeah. And I'm thinking Mike Tyson, he's the guy because that's the media darling. But Evander's fighting some of these fights that no one else wanted to fight, and he's in there. He's in there fighting these guys to get his respect. And then by the time he fought Mike Tyson knew what it was. He knew what it was. That's why I get the steroid, but he had the style to beat Mike. He wasn't intimidated by Mike, and he brought it to him. And that old guy beat up Mike. That's one of the most comprehensive beating I've ever seen someone do on Mike. That first fight, he absolutely schooled him. You know what I mean? And Buster Douglas, when I look at him beating Tyson, Tyson was partying with Bobby Brown the night before, but mate, Buster Douglas, if he had the right head mind, he would have been. If he had the right head mind, he would have had a good reign, but he never did because he wasn't disciplined. So it's a shame in the 80s, all of them was on bloody cocaine and whatever they're on because there was a lot of good heavyweights in the 80s. There was loads of good of the quality one, but drugs and whatever, by the time in the 90s, they were done. You know, it was good. Tony Tucker was very good.
Yeah.
Tony Tucker was very good.
Yeah, Michael Dokes. Michael Dokes was Michael Dokes. I saw Michael Dokes fight in his younger days. He was explosive, man. I was like, damn.
Listen, I was
Dokes
all
was
of it.
explosive in his younger days.
What's the guy who beat Lennox Lewis in the Los Angeles Olympics? Is it Biggs? You see his jab?
Tyrell Biggs. Tyrell Biggs, yeah.
Tyrell Biggs.
You see his jab? He's jab. Bloody, he's jab. When I see him beat Lennox Lewis in the Olympics, I said, my God, look at that guy's jab. And you're looking at all these guys, but they couldn't do it in the thing because drugs and all that in the 80s, it killed them off. And there's a lot of guys in there, they were predicted to be that great, but they couldn't do it. And consequently, we get into the foul. We got the Klitschko's now. We had the Klitschko's after Lewis, and it's like, mate, after Lewis, boy, we're looking on the back end of the thing. Joshua brought it back up again, and that's why I like Joshua and that. But at the same time, to keep up there, that Usyk guy is a different guy, isn't it? That Usyk. But I don't know. That Usyk, he's tricky though, but he don't hit that hard. But his stamina is hard to hit. It's hard to hit. I think Chris Bird would have beat him though. I think if he's fought some of the other guys in the era, they would have good. And there were some good fights.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: Mike Tyson would have steamrolled Usyk, the prime Mike Tyson, not the '90s Mike Tyson, but the prime Mike Tyson would have steamrolled.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think probably Mike would have fought him, but I don't know if Usyk would have fought him. Who knows? But if anything,
I don't think Usyk matches up too well with those guys from the '80s.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he would have problems.
Yeah.
Well, he would have still beaten guys like Jerry Cooney, though. I think he would have beaten Jerry Cooney. He would have beaten guys like Bone Crusher Smith, but I think he would have beaten those guys. But Tyson, Larry Holmes, I don't know. That's a tough one for Usyk. I mean, then again, you say, look.
And you know the funny thing, Tyson never fought Riddick Bowe. Tyson never fought Ray Mercer, David Tua.
Yep.
There was other guys in that whole era that Tyson never fought that we don't even think about. Like Ray Mercer fought Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, but there was other fights that we didn't see. We didn't see Ray Mercer never fought Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe never fought Lennox Lewis. So even in that era,
we all know Riddick Bowe avoided that fight. He avoided both of them. He avoided Mercer and Lewis. He avoided both of them. I mean, you both.
I know that's what I'm trying to say. We never saw it because the guy didn't want to fight him. That's my whole point. They took money out. They put money out of the boxing sport when it was time, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you don't fight and you don't give us up, we ain't got the next generation, and that's where the lines started to break. And then if you look at the dominance of the American heavyweights, it started to break. You by the end of it, you only got Shannon Briggs, and you got a couple of them to avoid. You got no American heavyweights who basically, when Americans have a heavyweight, the whole world in boxing is usually over there. The networks are not interested in watching the. That's why they didn't want the Klitschko's, right? So now all the world champions in the UK, we got Tyson Fury. They try to bring him in America and do that, but America don't like Tyson. I don't think he translates that well. You know what I mean? This big fat guy with his bald head, with his big fat around his waist, looking like Butterbean. I don't think America really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I think they appreciate some of the American heavyweights. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Really and truly, like end of the day, like we need America to bring something so we can try and beat you, go. But you ain't got no one. We got no one.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Yeah, the situation.
It's a shame. Go ahead, fight, doctor.
No, I was just saying the situation over here in terms of American heavyweight boxing is sad. It's truly sad.
Yeah, it is, man. It's sad to watch.
Yeah, I can feel. Pain.
Who do we got now? I mean, who do we got? Yeah, I was gonna say, who do we got? I mean, Wilder's on his way out. Jared Anderson. I mean, what's top ranked to win it?
Oh, you got heavyweight. Oh, heavyweight. Even Tank Davis and Crawford. Then Crawford doing?
Yeah.
He's gone fishing. He don't care about boxing. No one to force him to fight. Crawford, Haney, all these young American guys here, they're just sitting there eating their money, flossing, and then you got the Charlo. They're embarrassing. When it was their time to knock out the bloody Canelo, what did he do? He just got his money and ran. It was embarrassing. That was kind of go at it. That Charlo brother didn't do shit, bro. He never did nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing with Jamel. He didn't even fight. He didn't even fight like he wanted to win. He just went in there and did the bare minimum and just wanted to get paid to get out. And that's why I'm pissed off at Jamel. He got his money. Now he doesn't want to fight his mandatories. He's getting stripped all over the place at 154. I don't think he wants to fight again after that Canelo fight.
I honestly don't think it would be smart for Jamel to go back to 54. I think his 54 days are over.
Yeah. Or if he fights again, because he's got his big payday, he pretty much felt he's done at this point. He don't care anymore. It's like, this is what I'm pissed off. I mean, guys, it's like guys like Wilder. It's like, to me, when he fought Parker, it seemed to me he fought like he showed up to get paid. That was it. He didn't care. It's like, what the fuck, man? Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
Wilder to me is Wilder. Yeah, you know, he's hard. We're passionate, but you know, the swear we be better than that. But what Wilder to me is one of them guys there that, and in my opinion, he never really cared about boxing. He only got into boxing because he didn't get because his basketball didn't work out, and he jumped into boxing, got into Olympics, I mean, who celebrates winning receiving a bronze medal? I mean, that tells you right there. I think it was the bronze bomber. He don't take himself too seriously, but because at the end of the day, he was on the verge of beating Fury, and I don't think Shelly Finkel was guiding that well, because first off, right, he should have gave when AJ said to him, look, we don't want no rematch. This is the amount we're gonna give you. We're gonna give you this, $5 million or whatever they're gonna give you. Wilder should have took it, but his pride couldn't take it. He should have took what they gave him, right? And because if he could beat AJ, then he would have got into that money. He would have been undisputed, right? And then what did you do? Say, I'm gonna dig up Fury. So you dug up Fury, let Fury fight a couple of bombs, and look what you did. He's the one who made Fury. He's the one who made Fury. Fury was finished. It was
let's be honest. I think Wilder probably regretted. He probably regret two things. He regret two things: taking the Tyson Fury fight. Now that's just one thing. You took the fight, but your original trainer Mark Breland had the perfect game plan on how to beat this guy, and you didn't want to follow it. That's your screw up. You got rid of the one trainer who was only man who was capable enough to show you how to beat a guy like Tyson Fury. But you didn't listen, and now you're reaping. Then now you're reaping that mistake, and now you're trying to throw him under the bus, make him look like he's a bad guy when he was really trying to help you. But no, your problem is that you don't want to listen to anyone who's trying to tell you what you're doing wrong. And that's a problem with Deontay. That's probably why. That's why he. Breland told him that, and that's the problem with Deontay. He doesn't take constructive criticism very well. He always feels.
Breland told him go to the body. Breland said to him, work the jab, work the body. So work his body. And Fury goes like, Wilder said, when I got in there, you know me, when I get in there, I just lose my mind. I had a perfect game. Like he's such a donut, bro. And then you shouldn't. When you get treated to take someone, and you fight them, you don't do what you're supposed to do. When you give them a rematch, you think they're gonna come again, bro?
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing too. Is about Deontay. It's just like there's something about you tell him something, he just reacts in a different way. He explodes like you're attacking his character. It's like Tyson Fury is the same way. When you tell him something constructive, he feels he's being attacked. He doesn't want to hear it. He wants to ban people from coming to his events because he doesn't want to hear the fact that he's doing wrong. He's doing certain things wrong. He wants to suppress stories like his drug ban issue. He don't want people to bring that up. He doesn't want people to bring up the fact that he got beat up by a novice in his last fight. He doesn't want people to bring that up. It's like he's a sensitive individual. He talks about being the master of mind games. When someone brings up the fact that, hey, man, you screwed up here, and this is what you did wrong, he feels he's being attacked. It's like, what is wrong with you? We're telling you the truth. You screwed up. You should never took that fight with Ngannou. He embarrassed you in front of the whole world, and now you don't want to hear it. You told everyone that should you get embarrassed like this, we have every right to criticize you and laugh at you. Now you don't want people to criticize you. You want to suppress the whole thing. That's his problem with Fury. He likes to suppress information, things that goes against his will.
I gotta tell you, I don't really know. Boxers are very sensitive, bro. Like, and then the day, like they're very sensitive. And then they like people tell them, you see a boxer, they tell you what, you tell a boxer who wants to, he'll do anything for you, bro. You know what I mean? I remember
exactly. That's what they're. They want yes men. They want yes men, and I get it in that sense. But they have to understand that fans pay them their paychecks. Fans are the reason why they're millionaires right now. If the fans don't have an input, then you cannot. You're in the wrong sport. You're in the wrong sport. So guys like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, message to those guys. If you want to be better, take the criticism. AJ takes the criticism. I get it. He snaps on some occasions. I get that. But at the end of the day, he takes it far well than those other guys do. That's the problem.
Yeah, well,
they don't like.
I don't think AJ does.
AJ's another one, right? He got Ben. AJ's another one. Fury had Ben Davis, right?
He got a YouTube coach.
Yeah, Fury had Ben Davis, in his corner, but he had Ricky Hatton and Freddie Roach. And Freddie said, "Why don't you go after him?" And Ben goes, "No. Why?" He said, talking about the Wilder fight, the first fight, right? He goes, because obviously Roach is more experienced. He said, "Fury, you should go after him." He goes, "No. Stick to the game plan. Stay in the back foot." Wilder's perfect opportunity when Fury's on the back foot, especially when he got knocked down. He should have been all over him like a rash. Got rid of the whole team, went to the Kronk gym, got with Sugar Hill, and you saw what happened. And Wilder's an idiot. He stayed in Alabama, never changed anything, never updated what you did. He disrespected Breland. Breland told him after the fight, Breland in the corner after the fight, thinking, "What have you done?" And Wilder goes, "We beat him again in the rematch." And this, then I don't think he understood, bro. Because you see, it was so hard to even land a punch on the bloody man on the first fight. That he knew if this guy adjusts, they really knew this was going to happen. And it's like, Wilder, you see Wilder disrespect. You see AJ being with, what's his name? Angel Fernandez is another one, right? Who the heck give this guy credentials to be in AJ's corner? You know, AJ got him. He messages AJ in his inbox or something like that, yeah? Can I do pads with you? And AJ said, yeah, sure. And then AJ goes, yeah, bring him on board. Then Robert was like, who's this guy? Oh, it's my pad man. And imagine in a
I
major
remember
fight,
this
guy's
guy,
in the
this
corner.
Fernandez fella. He used to do white collar fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, that's
but
true.
he's got all the fighters now, and he's got Clark. I see him when I went and visited Clark in Birmingham.
Richard Rappaport.
Who?
Yeah, he's got Richard Rappaport. He's in that place where
University. He's in it. Loughborough. That's right.
Yeah, Loughborough. Yeah,
I can't believe it. He's done. Look, this is what I'm trying to say. These people are very clever. They've known how to get in there. Way back in the day, you would never get a coach to let someone else in like that. Just like that.
Yeah, that's right.
It would never happen. It would never happen. But now, all these days, you're getting coaches come from white collar to become coaches. You've got these guys who've not had the experience, never boxed. So you've got guys who have boxed in their lives, giving their heart and soul in this game of boxing. Suffer from certain illnesses through boxing. They never ever get to be coaches again. Yeah, but you've got these guys who wait and look and follow them and love them, and then take all their knowledge to become the next coach of development or whatever they are in this game, and they earn the money, because now the money in the game in this time and point of time is so much. It's like gambling. You're gambling.
Yeah, it is, man.
Gentlemen.
What's up, Fight Doctor?
Yeah, gentlemen, it's late over here and I got to get some sleep, so I'm going to hop off, but I'll catch you gentlemen on the next one.
Yes, my man. Bless.
All right. Blessing, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to nice one, man. I was going to say something too, man. The thing about Anthony Joshua, he is kind of somewhat in that same boat too. That's why you brought up Adrian Fernandez. He brought up somebody who won, who he, like you said, EJ, who did some pad work, and a guy who's not really going to tell him what he's doing wrong. So that's why he brought him on as the head trainer for that second Usyk fight. And I'm like, nah, man, that's a terrible mistake. Terrible mistake.
And he was the one, and that's why I said AJ. That's why AJ lost. I was trying to say, because I saw them, and he was teaching AJ how to beat Usyk. And I was like, he had him doing pads, he wasn't moving or nothing, his footwork, anything. And I was like, how is he telling AJ, who's Olympic gold medalist, all that? But AJ liked him. You know why AJ liked him? Because he speaks Spanish. And AJ likes learning all these new things. So he kind of complimented AJ. AJ's learning Spanish and all the girls and all that. And AJ, he didn't care about the boxing. He's like, oh, I like the way this guy makes me feel. Not really like that. But Rob McCracken said, I don't want to fight. Rob McCracken told him, I don't want to fight. I don't want you to fight Usyk. He goes, why not? Because nah, he's all wrong for you. Because you're just vacating the belt. AJ goes, no, I'm not vacating the belt. Because you're not vacating the belt. And that's where Rob McCracken's all right. Fair enough. I'm getting paid anyway. So you let Angel be in the corner. So you look in the corner. AJ gets in the ring and goes to Clifton Mitchell. What do you know about him?
Hey, well, you know what's funny though? It's funny though because Carl Froch, who's real close to Rob McCracken, he's coming out recently said that AJ is the type of guy who doesn't like being told what to do. There's days he doesn't want to show up for training. He doesn't want to do road work. It's like when they have something scheduled, he'd be like, nah. Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm good. He show up late for training sessions. It's like Rob McCracken saying all these things. Like, dude, it doesn't surprise me at all. And that's why I'm hoping Ben Davison can get him to rein him in. But it doesn't look like Ben Davison's going to do that.
Listen, AJ's telling him what to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not gonna. I can Ben Davis tell AJ. You know, it's never gonna happen. You know, it's never gonna happen. What it is, Ben Davis needs a name, a face within his boxing establishment. That he hasn't had anybody, since Fury.
Yeah.
I think, Fury's the one that made Ben Davis. I think Fury put him up, but Fury got to know quick enough that he doesn't know that much in boxing. Do you know what I mean? I think, I think he found that out, and then and his family found that out, and they didn't want him. They didn't want him around. But Ben has done fucking brilliant in the sense of getting boxers and talented boxers who are talented enough to go a certain, to a certain level. And he gets on these shows where he can show that he's doing well on these with these guys. If now Ben is with someone like AJ, I don't think Ben is going to get AJ into this, world title, reprimand of success. I don't think I don't think he's gonna be able to do that, But that AJ loves doing that in the sense of getting somebody that likes him. I think AJ is a nomad. He just goes from place to place looking for information. He doesn't trust within himself what he knows, what he has got. He doesn't trust that, because you got to remember, he's looking for validation. He's looking for somebody to love him and say, yeah, you're the man. And he goes from coach to coach, coach to coach, coach to coach to get that knowledge. But he's not getting knowledge. I think he's getting sidetracked, because every coach has their way of their fighters to fight. You can't go to one coach one couple of months and then go to another coach a couple of months, because then you're disorientated in what the information is coming up. So AJ can only box a certain way. He can't be a Marvin Hagler. He can't be a Muhammad Ali, because he don't box like them. So I think he's got one asset, and how he throws these shots, and it's the way he's been taught from the English way, straight hands, 1-2, and and the power shots. McCracken was that sort of coach and fighter, just like he was. So McCracken had, certain aspects of how he could teach him. Now he left McCracken. He shouldn't have left McCracken, I don't think, because McCracken had everything for him to keep developing. But with AJ, I feel that AJ didn't trust certain people, coaches. He went from coach to coach and he became a nomad. And he would always be a nomad, because he's trying to gather information of boxing, which is never going to stick with him, because he likes what he's getting at the moment, and that's the money. The money's there, and you've got what is it? Someone like Eddie, who's a businessman. Yeah, he's a gambler, and he's gambling on every fighter that he has, because he's making the money. With gambling, as you know how it works, and he's making it work, because he's just bringing in the television. He's bringing in every aspects of money to come back to these guys. So these guys don't have to really be champions. They just gonna earn the money, and it's the gambling tool of gambling, and that's the assets I think that Eddie has got in this business. I don't think he really, it'd be good to have the world champions and everything, but if he hasn't got them, he doesn't care, because he's got the zone, which obviously are helping him with the money, and then he's got the people to pay for these aspects of him keep on doing the gambling. He's got the Saudi lot. No, everything used to be in America for Eddie. Now it's Saudi, because the Saudis want to, change the face of their picture of how they are as human as human beings,
Part of the
the
human
rights
rights.
that they have.
Yeah.
So they just want to flock everything they can to change their country. Then the way to do that is by whitewashing it, by saying this is our great country. You can come on holiday here. You can come. You can even have drink now in their country, but you can only have that in certain parts. You can't walk around in bikinis in certain parts, but in certain parts you can, because they know they have to let that go now. Same thing they're letting go with the boxing and the football. You know, they've got every sport you got there. You've got the golf there. You've got everything there, which is making their country popular, and people are not looking at the real picture of what they stand for and what they are. They've forgotten about that. Everybody who has morals and knew how they ruled within their country have forgotten about that. Footballers go over there for the money. Boxers are going there now for the money. So these aspects of, the way AJ is looking at stuff, he's looking at the money side of everything, and they don't care if they're going to be world champions or not, because they're still, with the names that they've got, the profile names that they've got, they're still running the show. And these guys can keep on fighting till they're 50 because they're their names, and they'll be doing what Roy Jones is doing now, coming out for a payday. How can they be fighting Tommy Fury? It's just madness. It breaks everything that they've done in this game. It just breaks the tact intact of themselves and their life. And so that's why I'm feeling that this game has changed. The YouTubers and they're in the game now. We're not going to get rid of them. They're not. They're here to stay. And this is what I'm saying. So when I heard that interview with Yard, and Yard has come in with the mindset of a street kid. A street kid is never going to see that sort of money. They get on it now. He turned pro early because he wanted to earn money so he can look after his family, and he's done that now. But for me, he's not. There's no world champion there. Do you understand? For me, I always wanted him to be a world champion, because when you're a world champion, nobody can ever take that away from you. You're a world champion, even if you've done it once. You're there, and your name is in history. Your name is not going to be in history, because you've made so much money.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm really, difficult to take. The game has changed. The game has changed, and this is why I watch the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, because it's taking me back to days when people fought each other. You know what I mean? Even when certain people didn't want to fight each other because they knew they were wrong for them. I understand that. But now, these days, it's so different. They just don't want to fight each other because they're not, the money, it don't make sense for them.
Yeah, that's what it is. But Lennox Lewis didn't want to fight Chris Bird. He gave up his IBF belt, but he already beat Mike Tyson and Van Holyfield. He just probably fought Klitschko, and that was it, because he knew if he stuck around, someone might take him out, so he retired. But that's the game. That's the game we're talking about, man. End of the day, Yard. What you said about Yard is he'd rather go for the money, but like you said, maybe they don't want to get their names up in lights for history.
No, they don't. They don't. But this is the difference. This is why when I came to box, when I started boxing as a youngster, I wanted to box for the reason, and that reason was to become a champion. And when I get young people who come into the gym, as soon as they tell me they want to box because my dad told me so, I know they're not going to be boxers. I let them do something else, because I know they're not going to be boxers. It's when you want to be. The only reason you should box, anybody, is to be a champion. You know, it's not to come and do it because your dad told you to, your mum told, my girlfriend told me, you know, oh, my mate said I'll be good. No. So this is why, you know, I'm really I'm confused in when I hear some of these fighters talk, these YouTubers, and they're mixing in with the fighters because they're contaminating them with the money situation, which the money, yeah, they're contaminating them.
Yeah,
They're
you're right.
contaminated. I'm telling you, because and it's changed. This is why I know that, you know, we know our game is going to change. It's so bad that, you know, nobody is going to recognize it in years to come. Yes, it'll be a gambling game. You know, we're just going to gamble. So we might as well go to the casino and you know, gamble all night, because this is how it's going to be. The betting system is working the way through, you know, the eyes of our young people in this game. They just see the money. They don't see the real efforts of becoming a world champion, because that's the only reason why I boxed, was to become a champion. You know, for me, I was a footballer. See, but I used to where I lived in the area, I had to fight to just to live and just to walk along the road, because it was National Front, which had everything in control. You know, you was called nigger, you was called, they spat at you. You know, just like you know, the Whale days as you would, you know, have in America. I know America was worse, but that's why I started fighting. You know, from them days, from playing football and to looking after myself, because I had to look after myself from the age of 7, 8. You know, I knew I had to look after myself in the street. So I knew I had to fight. So, but I played football. Football was my main sport. That's why my son is a professional footballer, because I wanted to teach him something to say, listen, you could live comfortably if you was a professional footballer. Boxing was too hard. I chose boxing because I knew I had to fight. I was fighting every day in school because, you know, people would call me, you know, names, you know, you didn't want to hear, you know. So that's why I fought. But for me, it was football. I loved football, but I had to fight to survive. So, you know, this now, what I see has changed me, because people like Tyson Fury, AJ, as the younger lot of which have come in to this game, has changed the game. They changed the game. They don't want to. They don't really want to be world champions. I see, even though they say they do, but it's the efforts of becoming that has changed. You know, the dynamics of becoming a world champion has changed. You rather have fights with certain people now. You can fight with a UFC man. You can fight with a karate man. You can go and fight with. I just don't see the future of our sport. You know, in which we all love, because we spend hours talking about it. You know, when big fights come up, and I can't see the young people which are going to change it to how it used to be, you know, and why it won't change, because we've got people who are gamblers who are controlling those assets. You know, we had go on.
The promoters. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say the promote. Yeah, I know that's what I was saying. But the promoters,
Yeah.
as much as you like Don King, I'm trying to say to you, as much as you like Don King and some of the others, yeah, they have never been. They don't go in the ring, yeah, but they know the fighters in there fighting, and they will just rob the fighter. Like, for example, when you fight for Don King, he'll charge you for towels, water bottles, and
Yeah.
just useless, and charge
Yeah.
you like a couple of thousands, and you're like, you'll see the receipts, you're like, hold on a minute. I use your water bottle, it costs 1,000. Goes, oh, that's how much it costs. So you wonder why the fight. Yeah, you're thinking this guy's taking them liberty, right? Now Eddie Hearn's another one where you're talking he's a gambler, but what he does, yeah, he sells you. You don't need a manager. What do you mean? Because after a certain amount back in the British board, you don't need a manager. You can self-manage. So he calls Kell Brook in the middle of the night. Says, Kell, what do you think about fighting Golovkin? And he goes, and you know, as a fighter, he's never gonna say no. It'll be your biggest payday ever because Eubanks pulled out. How about you jump in? Because you said you're big for a welterweight. Even though you're the welterweight champion, you just beat Sean Porter. And do you want to jump in? He goes, oh, of course. I jump in, pay-per-view money, gets one of his orbitals smashed up, and then goes down and fights Errol Spence, gets the other one smashed up. And because of the opportunities he's got to manage, because the manager says, we're older than me, you're a world champion. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. He goes, but look at the money, because you're welterweight. That's 2 weight classes up, mate. You can get seriously hurt. But Eddie Hearn tells the fighter, you don't need a manager. So, you know, they're taking advice from Eddie. Like you said, he's a gambler. He knows how to make you money, but he don't look after. He's not good for your legacy. Now, Frank Warren will give you a legacy, but he'll rob you on the money. So what do you do? You got a double-edged sword. Frank pays you late. He'll pay you late. He'll pay you, but he'll pay you late. I'll talk to Lloyd.
He'll pay you late. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Lloyd called me. Lloyd told me how it is. Right on the contract, he said he was with the cartel, and when he was with the cartel, he earned He said he earned excess up to about probably like 500 million. He said on the pay-per-views. He said back in the days with when he was fighting, his fights were on pay-per-view.
Who's that? Who's this?
Lloyd Hunter.
Lloyd, yeah.
He says his fights in America, not over here, they was on pay-per-view because he's fighting Americans in America, right? So on that TV network, they was on pay-per-view because Don told him what he was earning. He goes, well, hold on a minute, I'm not getting it. So he goes to the cartel, goes, oh, don't worry about that. We've got your contract. So in his contract, he gets a certain amount, but he didn't understand that they get all the pay-per-view money, the TV money, all that. He don't get.
Oh, bloody hell.
He told me that. And also, you know about perpetuity. You know about perpetuity. So perpetuity is that every time they show you a fight, you get paid. The fucking the cartel had that. Every time you air, like for example, John Mugabe, that was another one of the cartel.
Yeah, the Beast Mugabe. Yeah. I met the Beast Mugabe in Australia. I think he lives in Australia.
Yeah, every time he fought Hagler, Top Rank got paid. They got paid, and the cartel gets paid. Every time they show that fight, they get paid. Every time Lloyd fought Donald Curry, they get paid. And so he didn't understand that the money rights and that gets paid. So even though you get paid like pay-per-view and on the gate, you can get perpetuity money. So when Floyd comes in, that's why Floyd bought his catalog from Bob. Bob Arum goes, oh, you can take it. See that how much was Floyd's catalog, and he sold it to Showtime for 500 mil. His whole catalog, you know what I mean, like a record album. So you realize boxing is more than your thing. You can sell your worth, and that's what boxers don't understand about the money where you can get on the filming. So when we're doing YouTube, when you're on the YouTube, and that the YouTubers is the same people you're talking about, they understand about that. Every time they get the money in the thing, and they get money from the film. Right, every time you watch their YouTuber, they get paid. And this is what I'm trying to say to you about the average boxer doesn't understand that. You know what I mean? And this is how the game. People have been robbing boxers for years. And it's not just Don King. Right, all of them have been doing it. They all been doing it. But actually, Eddie would never give you the film rights. That's why you got Matchroom Film. They ain't own the film right. They don't own the film rights.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about serious money where people been stealing money from boxers. If they were fair, they should say to the boxer, "Here, take a percentage. Every time they film your film, you get a couple of percentage. You get a couple of grand down your check because when your career's over." But why didn't they do that? No, they greedy. Everyone's taking. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about one of the best matches. His name's Johnny Buss. Lloyd was telling me his name was Johnny Buss. He done all the matchmaking for Bruno, him, everyone in America. And he's the matchmaker. And he used to make sure that when they went out there, they had more or less a 99.5% that every time he went out there, they were going to win. And that's what I understand about the matchmaker. Even in the amateur, that you can match, depending on what club you're going against. Every time your boy goes out, he's guaranteed to get a win. Apart from the tournaments, you know about the tournaments.
Yeah. Because you match them. It's all about the matching them.
Yeah, the
matching. Right.
Yeah. That's what you learn. You learn that. So in the professional game, the only thing different is they give you a drink now. Because Lloyd was telling me about a drink. I said, I don't drink. He goes, nah, a drink means they give you some money for this negotiator. I go, what do you mean? Because Mr. Bashir gave me a drink. because I helped him with the Daniel Dubois and Don Charles. He sent me some money, and I was like, "What's that?" He goes, "Here, take an envelope." He goes, "I'll send you some money." And I was like, "That's what they do." So there's all money being passed around, and guys not even in the ring. The fighters doing all the fighting, and there's people getting all this paid money out of the ring. So that's what you got out here. You got being charlatans in the game, and boxing's killing itself. But it's what it is, Tony. It's what it is, Dan. Dan, you still there? Dan's probably cut out.
Yeah, they're cut out, man. Yeah, but but that's what it is. You're definitely right. I mean, it's mad. It's madness. It's madness. What we got now, EJ, on this boxing, it's madness because, like you said, it's a make money. They've learned, and it's that's the way it is now. They're making money. They just come to make money. Now it's good for the boxers because they're making money. They look after their families and everything, but they're not fighting the fights that we want to see.
Nah, they're not. Nah, they're not. They're not fighting. They're not fighting competitive fights either. That's why Callum got turned over, right? Because he's not.
Yeah, of course. Listen.
Right? They got.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Look who they put him against. You know what I mean? The poor boy. Why didn't they put him against Buatsi or someone? You know what I mean? That he could handle. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know why? Because the payday he couldn't turn down going to Canada and getting paid. But look at the got. Yeah. This is what I said about the matchmaking. Look. So if you're with Eddie, he'll matchmake you. You make money, but you get a beating. Or you go with Frank, and you might have a good resume, but you won't. You won't get paid that much. So who do you want to go with? The guy makes you the most money. And you know what I'm saying? Forget belts, I'll get you paid. And he'll get you, like you said, he'll get you paid, but you'll get a good beating. I think there was a guy called Lee Purley Eddie had, right? From Essex.
Lee Purley, I know Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, remember Lee? Eddie got him. Listen, Eddie put him in there again.
He got fucked up, didn't he? He don't even know where he lives now.
Bro, that Bundu fight, yeah? And I think he got beat up by Daryl Alexander before that, right?
Yeah, but Bundu, he's my family. You know the family. He's Italian, but he's Sierra Leonean.
Yeah. He went to the Olympics and that.
I know him.
Yeah. He got sorted out, but Errol Spence done him dirty as well. Boxing's cruel, bro. It's cool, but he smashed up Purdy's eardrum, sinuses, and all kinds of things. Right?
Everything. He had to stop, didn't he? He had to stop boxing.
Yeah, for your European title, Eddie put him in there, and he was a tough guy in that. But Eddie, that what kind of matchmaking is that? He went for Devin Alexander. He couldn't make weight, and they had him in the steam room the whole night, and he got beat up. And I think Darren Barker was in his corner. Then they brought him back for the European title in his own town. He got battered. And I was thinking to myself, why would you do that to someone's career? Then he done to Kelbrook, put Kelbrook in there, right, against he got him bashed up. Then got him to Errol Spence, got him bashed up. And Anthony Joshua, lastminute.com, you bring that fat roly-poly in there, Andy Ruiz, he put Joshua on his back. You know what I mean? It's like, I as much as Eddie Hearn, you like him, it's like, the matchmaking and them look, they're not too smart. I mean, to stay on top, you have to stay on top. You can't be this, gambling. And that's what you said. He gambles with a lot of fighters.
He gambles with their lives. It's a shame.
It's a shame. Yeah, but look, it is. But look at Callum. Look at him. He got absolutely battered, and I reckon that guy was on something. I reckon he was on something. I agree. He was probably on something, yeah.
Yeah.
But end of the day, they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't turn away the pay.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
No, they're not gonna listen. Whatever they've got it on lock. Whatever they're on, they get rid of it. It's only when you're silly and you take it the wrong time and you don't get caught. But a lot of them, the athletes, I've gone to the games, I've gone to places, and they're on it. They're doing it. They've been doing it for years. So, that's how it is. You've got countries who go out and they put the whole team on the program. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it was that bad and competitive. Do you know what I mean? So It's sad. It's a sad thing, and it's worse now. It's getting worse.
Well, you know what? When the next big fight, Eddie Hearn getting John Ryder bashed up, he's going to get Hyman McGee on the 27th. He's going to get him bashed up.
Oh, it's a shame.
That one. And then you got Conor Ben. They got him in Vegas fighting Peter Dobson, 12-round welterweight.
What's the Dobson like? Is he good?
I'll have a look now, but he's probably an American out there. He's probably going to turn him over, beat him up. He's that because he can't get a British board license, so he's got him in Vegas.
Oh, I thought the boxing board of control looking after him.
Nah. They ain't giving nah. They're not gonna give him a license. But you can fight anywhere in the world. Remember, you can get a license in America because Eddie Hearn's got a base in New York, innit? So you can get him a license in New York and he can fight. So that's what he's done.
Okay.
Let me see this. I'll tell you about the dog guy. He's an American ball fighter. He's undefeated, 16 fights with 9. He's a circuit fighter. And
I know that time looking inside on that last back end.
Wow.
He's going to get. Listen, he's going to get. He's not a welterweight anyway. He's not even a proper welterweight. Conor like welterweight or lightweight. I don't know why they buffed him up a little. He's only short. He's only little. And Johnny Fisher's on that card in Vegas. So they brought. He's brought Eddie Hearn's brought all of his bloody
boys.
Next gen guys up. And yeah, waste of time. And then Dan Aziz the following week on the February the 3rd, you've got Dan Aziz versus Joshua Boatsy.
Where is that? Is that going to be at Wembley or?
Yeah, that's when it's in London. It's February the 3rd. I can find out where it's going to be. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him to see if he can get me some tickets.
He's training at CJ's now, isn't it? Dan Aziz, isn't it? He's at CJ's.
Is he there now? Wow.
Yeah, he's just training.
What happened? What happened to the place where he was at? If they shut it down?
Yeah, because Nick told me. All right, well, I'll tell you where they've been.
What's happened?
What's that? He's fighting in Wembley. They're fighting in Wembley. They're fighting Wembley.
Oh, they're fighting at Wembley.
You know.
I'm gonna try and see if I can get. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some tickets. Something. Yeah, try and see if I can take some of the boys up there. I can't hear.
Boxer will probably pick them up. And then you've got another one, Teofimo Lopez versus God. Now they're probably going to boxers probably going to give out tickets for that. They usually do. And then you got Hamza Shearer versus Liam Williams, Sam Stokes versus Thingy. Andy Yard is fighting on that card. They ain't got an opponent. Masood is fighting on that card. He's fighting the 10-rounder.
What? Anthony Yard's fighting on that card? On that?
No, Hamza Shearer. He's fighting the following week on the 10th of February. He's fighting Hamza Shearer versus Williams. He's fighting Yard's fighting on that card. They haven't got an opponent. Probably a guy who's going to turn over.
Yeah.
And then we've got the 60. We've got Fury. They ain't got nothing else really special. We've got Fury and Usyk on the 17th of February, the day after my birthday. So where EJ's getting on with it. So that one there. So we got all right card, but like look, when it comes down to boxing, if you talk about 50-50 fights, like I don't think Dan Aziz and Boatsy are 50-50. I think Boatsy probably gets the better of him in sparring. You'd know more than me. But
I'm hoping that Dan wins, but like you say, Boatsy's technically, he's giving, but I mean, Dan is a good worker now. He's changed since he's got these new coaches that he's got. I think they've made him.
He's with thing in it. He's with Buddy in it. He's with Buddy.
Yeah. So I think Buddy has taught him how to really, because Buddy was a good boxer. Do you know what I mean? He's a good. So, but Dan is not a boxer. He's a fighter, isn't he? So I think that Dan has to learn from Buddy to box his way in. There again. And then fighting, because I don't think he would have the technical skill like Boatsy to outbox him. I mean, so he has to rough him up that little bit and keep him backed up. You know what I mean? So I think Buddy would know, you know, what to do if he does it right. It's like the fight today. It's like the fight today we watched. You know, you had Smith trying to go at somebody who just knew how to control that middle and counter, because he was just hitting him with counters.
True. Yeah, but yeah. Well, you know, it's one of them ones that we have to see though. But all right, Tony. Hey, I'll see you in a couple of hours though, mate. Yeah.
I'll see you in a couple of hours. Take care, my man.
All right, take care,
God
my man.
bless you.
Take care. All right, man. Thanks. You too, mate. I was Tony C saying, man, get me all the way with Tony. So, hey, you fight fans, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you liked it, yeah, give me the thumbs up. You know, I've got a lot of questions in there and that. Like, you guys enjoying it. Ron McCracken, what's that question they gave me so that I can. Ron McCracken taught AJ as much as he could. Yeah, he did his limits and stuff like that. What's the next question? Man? Error has been tested. Yeah. You know, it is what it is. Now, listen, all I'm saying is that look, this Tony Belly, everyone's trying to say about the steroids and that. It's hard to say if he's taking it. All we know is he looked like he didn't give him a good old beating. He wasn't supposed to win. He never thought anyone deserved to win anyway. The right guy won. And he's on to Bivol. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Haven't been in the good show to start off with 2024, actually. You know. 2 hours or 3 hours stuff like everyone jumped in, Fight Doctor. Hopefully boxing can pick up and get better. I think 2023 was okay. He had some good fights that we wanted, but for boxing, it's a shame that the major networks have gone, you know what I mean? They only got ESPN left, and you know, they're gonna have to start making the fights that the people want to see to keep the thing going on. The Saudis have got some of the 50-50 fight. Usyk and Fury is a 50-50 fight. Who knows how that's gonna go? And we'll see. Unchained, it's unlucky for Callum. You know, I'm sure he tried his best in that, but at the end of the day, it's all about fighting top tier, in my opinion. And I don't think he did that, and he wasn't active enough. Beterbiev was older, but I don't know, man. People say he might have been took us up. He was more active than Callum. Say that for free. I was a good conversation there with Tony, Dan the Man, Dwayne, Fight Doctor. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Edge will probably jump in at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy the chat. All two of you, how many of you are? If you're coming in, listening to this, if you can, 3 hours later, checking out. Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you think about what we said in the show, and I'll get back to you. I'll catch you on the next one. Probably the next big one. I'll probably catch you on Fury and Usyk, probably because, or maybe I'll do the Iman Mangia versus what's his name again? John Ryder. Probably that one. It'll probably be end up the same way. But so that's it. I'm gone, man. Happy New Year for everyone. I'm EJ Boxing Live, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.